What's up, everybody? Welcome to World Warrior, hosted here at Level Up Live, and of course, part of the Capcom World Tour. We have quite a lineup of players here just in the Canada West region. There are two regions going on right now. There's Canada West and, of course, America West. And in Canada West, we actually have some names that you might recall. We got Jay Wong, we got Dive and Drive, players that you guys probably seen throughout some of these net play brackets. Well, Jay Wong you've seen everywhere. If you look at YouTube, you know he's there. West Dance Noodle also showing up at all these net play tournaments. Lucy, Mike X, Carlo Yu, some OGs in the Vancouver scene even, and Galaxy Butter, who is a mystery to me and going to be a surprise going forward for myself and hopefully for everyone here.
Drunk Suika, it is such an honor to be here with you commentating these sets. This is Canada West Coast we're talking about, and you definitely said it best. We have some OGs, we have some Street Fighter 5 players, we have some new Street Fighter 6 players, but among them all, we have Justin Wong, the American invader, here trying to show everyone that Canada is free. Can this content creator take everyone out? We're gonna find out, and I'm so damn stoked for these matches because you kind of broke it down actually right before we started streaming. Like, we have quite a bit of character variety, but we are seeing a lot of camis. We're seeing some Ken players. These have been the characters that have been part of the discussion for Street Fighter 6. But among there, we do have a Marissa player, we do have a Jury player, and we have Carlos Yu. Again, one of the OGs that we mentioned, who will be rocking Honda throughout this set. I am damn excited, CJ. It is such an honor to be getting into our first match here already.
The OG and Carlos Honda, excited to see that, but we're going to be seeing Cammy Mears right off the bat. Cammy, the character who plays the game well and really does just that. If you play Street Fighter well, Cammy's your character, and Jay Wong going to be taking the aggression first here against Dive and Drive.
Yeah, just like as you said, Cammy, a character that can absolutely go in and, apply a lot of pressure, but has all the footsie tools. Just as I say it, you see Justin Wong landing a crouch medium kick into a drive rush confirm. A character that can really control the pace of the match, and that's exactly why I think Justin Wong went with this character.
Dive and Drive trying to reset pressure here with a jump in, but Justin Wong gonna capitalize on a little bit of a drop in the pressure. Just the first game of the day. Every game, every set gonna be going up to 3. These are first to 5s, of course. And we're gonna see if whatever ails these players in the first games, they can warm up and see how the set breaks down later in the match.
Yeah, I'm always interested to see how Cammy players push the pace, how much they like the dive kick, whether or not, they would like to take more of a, oh my god, there's a confirm.
He's done it twice. He's done it twice. Yeah. It's game 1, and he's with punish dive twice.
So slow. And that's exactly what I was trying to mention, was like some Cammy players like to take it slow, that punk style, trying to whiff punish, trying to just really use those normals to get in. And oh my goodness, that crouch medium kick has just been the answer for Justin Wong. He's been so good.
Great TP! Oh my goodness, Justin Wong, he's older in his years, but his reactions are almost as if he's 18 years old again. Gonna reapply his pressure, burn out, not gonna be great, and Dive and Drive gonna send it all just to get the side swap.
Look at this jab pressure, stab medium kick right now. Dive and Drive just on life support. Not a single bar of meter as far as supers was used that entire match. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, and it's not like they're going to be hurting for meter, of course, with the drive gauge being where all their EXs come from. You may as well spend it while you got it. Oh, keeping the pressure with the drive rush.
Yeah, using those plus frames with the stand heavy punch drive rush here, but here comes the pressure from Dive and Drive, finally getting himself close to burnt out the shimmy.
He's actually getting quite a bit of that gauge back with his pressure. Never mind, gonna lose in the air-to-air dive kick battle. Get burnt out for his troubles, and that's plus. You have to actually challenge the gap between, I think, the standing heavy punch into the spin knuckle to find that gap. And Dive and Drive actually finds a gap, DPs.
Nice, gets the DP, but that's so good about Cammy's DPs. You get the corner back, but again, puts himself in the corner. Here comes Justin Wong trying to apply some pressure. Great throw tech there. Dive and Drive. Oh, lets him out of the corner for free. That's no good. And great DP there. I love that chase down with a forward dash.
Yeah, walking forward, holding forward, you're already holding one of the inputs for DP anyway, so it's just a matter of good execution from Dive and Drive to finish off that round and putting himself on the board.
Yeah, and great presence of mind too. There's been a lot of jump ins, a lot of dive kicks in this matchup. Just as I say it, we saw like 2 dive kicks. Both players are kind of not playing very respectfully. I don't know if this is how this matchup was supposed to be played, but Dive and Drive with some great corner pressure here.
Yeah, Dive and Drive is actually trying to speed the pace up quite a bit, trying to take it to what seems to be like the Street Fighter 6 pace. if you watch some of these older players, they'll still play around that Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 5 pace, play a little bit of footsies here and there, and some Street Fighter 6 players will just go absolutely buck wild. But
okay.
sometimes going buck wild is going to lead you into a situation where you're stuck in the corner.
Yeah, Justin Wong not opting to use any meter there, probably wanting to save it for later here. I'm opting to go to level 3.
So
yes.
dead. He's so dead. This is critical art. That yellow bar was showing before that CA came out. Execute.
Might have a little bit to go. Yeah, it's not just yet. Yeah, and just walk up, crouch, medium kick. Justin Wong tying it up. Still hanging on.
I have thrown the rock and have been proven wrong. My channel points obliterated.
I know it's tough to call out in this game. I feel like the damage values and the scaling could be a little bit tricky.
Ooh, air-to-air cannon strike once again. Just gonna take dive and drive out of the sky, and you'd almost think this is an anime game with the amount of air footsies are trying to play with these foot dives, but nice DP from Jae Wong, gonna stop all the shenanigans and make their way forward. Check out my plus frames.
Yeah,
Ooh.
right now, dive and drives kind of have this like in and out style right now. Walking back and look at Justin Wong. Already getting with the cord to stand short, confirm. I love it.
Yep, spinning meter just to make sure you get as much damage as you can. When you get those lighter confirms, you know, milking out whatever you can get.
The top
to
dash, Justin Wong, you're crazy.
Oh, dive and drive, just hooliganing around. What is he doing? I couldn't tell you, but the shimmy is what I can see.
Ooh, my goodness. And dive and drive tying it up.
No, that's Jae Wong.
Justin Wong taking it. I'm sorry. Goodness gracious. Is that already it? Oh no, it's first to 3.
First to 3. Okay. Dive and drive does need to make some adjustments here. Played like a demon in the game too, but couldn't really close out the set or the game rather. So we're gonna see how they adjust here. Playing a lot slower, and maybe thinks he can beat Jae Wong at the footsies game. And right now it looks like it's working out.
And both players just challenging each other so much with the jabs and the pressure. It's absolutely crazy the pace of this match right now. The disrespect, just as I say it. Oh god.
Yeah, sometimes your pressure is just not tight enough, or there's just a gap that exists, then the DP is gonna be sent out. It will be up to Justin Wong to police those, but if Dive and Drive can get a couple more of those and maybe make Justin doubt his own offense, we might see a breath of life.
Yeah, I love this that Justin's just kind of backing off, has the life lead here. Not taking just as I say it, just the EX dive kick into throw. You know, that is such a dangerous option there from Cammy. You know, you're so afraid to poke out buttons because you have to respect that dive kick so much.
Yeah, it's you can choose to hit a button on EX dive kick if you want, but conventional logic says I'd like to play it safe, and when throw exists and it's such a good tool, you really gotta weigh your options. Burnout here for dive and drive needs to really take advantage of what he can. You gotta super through this.
Not gonna do the super, not even a jab, but oh my goodness, coast to coast, Justin Wong with the disrespect.
If only he saw the Air Bear Dojo episode 1 dealing with drive impact when you're burnt out. Well, he can go review that if he ends up losing the set.
CJ, I'll PayPal you the money for the plug later after this. I got you.
I'll collect it from Kenny.
And Justin Wong. Goodness gracious, so good. I'm so just the back and forth of that match was absolutely crazy. The amount of jump-ins, the amount of jab challenges.
It got really crazy come like game 2, and then Dive and Drive saw like maybe I don't need to play this crazy. It did get him a game on the board, but when you play like messy and scrambly like that, you really can't be sure that you can keep up that pace.
Yeah.
So I do like the return of footsies and pacing and slow play, but unfortunately, in that regard, Justin had you outpaced at all points of game, and you might you might need to either go back to training mode to kind of get a better feel for it, or keep running at Justin until it works out.
Until it works out.
Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just don't have the experience against a player like that. And the only way to learn is to run against the wall until it breaks.
Well, Dive and Drive, you know, still in the bracket on loser side. You know, great player, by the way. Dive and Drive used to go by White Gun here for all you Canadian legends, who was an incredible Ibuki player.
Incredible.
One of the best, and was a Cammy player in Street Fighter V. I believe he also played a bit of Nguyen. He always really liked to play a lot of the aggressive type characters here, so I'm sure he'll be making waves continuing on in this series, and he's not out of the tournament at all. But when you're dealing with the fundamentals of Justin Wong, it is so difficult to just win that neutral battle. And
it's hard. With a character like Cam that really just controls like the standard pace of the game so well, and when that knockdown happens, we got the crouching heavy punch that's super good. We have dive kicks, throw pressure, of course, being as gross as it is. You end up in kind of a vortex of like, what do I do against this character? You can't even jump. She's got a DP that you can cross cut, unless you got a dive kick. That's the one thing you can do for those Cammy players and those jury players. You just up forward on wake up and give it a risk. But things to talk about for another day. We're gonna have our next match here: West Dance versus Noodles, also in winner's side. West Dance, you mentioned it earlier as I was breaking down. We have the one Marissa player, and that Marissa player is coming up here in West Dance, barring any changes to their character choice.
Yeah, and,
you can never tell.
You can never tell. Yeah, like Marissa's one of those characters that I feel like is keeps on getting developed. You don't see a lot of players really maining her. There's probably like a few that we can name on one hand as far as how many advanced players there are with Marissa, but she's got the damage, she's got the potential, and I feel like the older that Street Fighter 6 grows, the more potential Marissa has if she stays the same as she is now.
Yeah, I feel like she's that kind of character that even when you've reached kind of the pinnacle of what you can learn with her kit is just kind of, you play with the reads, you play with the tools you have, and you only need the 2 hits to kill someone. Well, we're gonna make those 2 hits happen with the armor, with the Gladius, and such and such. But Noodle, on the other end, our third Cammy player, character with good normals that could hopefully contend, but if the Marissa player just kind of sends it with those counter pokes, with the armor, you never really know. You never really know. Funnily enough, Noodle placed second at Abare last week, but did end up losing to a Marissa player in Monty 50. So we're gonna see if it's a character thing, if it's a player thing, if Noodle just needed to know some more matchup things and did learn stuff over the weekend. 4 days is a lot of time. We're gonna have to see as we get into the match when the players are all ready.
Yeah, just as we were saying, Marissa's not a character that you see very often, so that matchup knowledge is really difficult. Just as you said it, a character that only needs 2 hits, and I've heard some players call her kind of the anti-Street Fighter 6 character, where she just has all the tools to deal with drive impacts, with parries. She just got all. She was designed around Street Fighter 6, and that's really what's so interesting about her. So going against a character like Cammy, we saw Punk and Big Bird actually just run a first to 10, I believe, recently, and that was such an interesting match for me to watch too, of just how Marissa handles that footsie like neutral. As far as, just with the Gladius and just poking and trying to harass, while, Cammy is always trying to obviously whiff punish as what Cammy does, but there's always that respect for the dive kick. And Marissa's a character not with the greatest anti-air options, right? You have to really be like awake to anti-air with her and know that the jump in is coming. She doesn't really have an easy option like a lot of characters in the cast do.
Yeah, and contrary to popular belief for all of us platinum and lower players, that includes me, by the way, we can't use drive impact as an anti-air. That's just not a thing that you should consider. And if there is a character that could really punish you for something like that, it's Cammy. So when it comes to dealing with those dive kicks, it's going to be either a game of footsies or maybe you're just going to hard call it out with something. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm always so interested to see the development. Every time there's a big tournament, we see a huge influx of characters, right? I'm sure the Blanca army has been awoken ever since Mena RD's been putting in with work with Blanca. And it feels like something about Canada. We love our Cammies here, right? There's even a player on this list, Carlos Yu, who's on loser side. He plays Honda. He will be making the switch to Cammy very soon as well.
Oh, no.
So we're gonna be seeing even more kind of Cammy players join the fray. You know what I mean?
His boy comes out release day. He's like, yes, it'll be just like Street Fighter 4 all over again. Yeah. I'll praise the sun, give the hands, and then he's like, nope, Cammy, just back to Cammy. And you know what? It's funny about some of these characters. Some of these characters got tools that we never really thought they would get. like Blanca, for instance. There's the Blanca army definitely rising up, but the Blanca army also gets to play with a little bit of that mad scientist vibe with their new Oki tools, with their install. That's some stuff I want the Blanca army to like really think and like install into their gameplay, rather, just because that stuff, when I was watching Mena do it, that stuff was super degenerate and super cool, kind of anime gamey, really.
Yeah, a lot of like mix-ups.
Yeah, all the characters that become the anime character of the game was not thinking it was gonna be Blanca. he already had the like the leap through crossovers from legacy tools and such. It's gonna be a fun time. And, I mean, if there's a character that you want to fall back on, of course, you just fall back on Cammy or Ken. Ken is always going to be a good character, and we got two of them here today, so hopefully we'll see how those go. Everything's all said and done.
There's been a lot of discussion about Ken, especially after Angry Bird winning Evo, which was an incredible moment and an incredible performance. But Ken is a very, very strong character, but I feel like it still takes quite a bit of fundamentals to use properly and to play optimally.
Yeah.
Like I was.
We could always try to play like the greatest Ken player in the world. Search up that YouTube video if you need to know what that is. But really, that's like another level of play that we as mere mortals might not get to. And so we should rely on footsies and spacing and just playing our standard like crouching medium kick fireball game into evolving our pressure. Because once you get that momentum with Ken, then you can goon out. Then you can do whatever you want. It's like EX Cammy, really. That's like the step up from Cammy. But I think Cammy at the start of the game might be a little bit more stable. But when you get going with Ken, it's like when he dry rushes. It's go time. It's go time.
Yeah. No, it's very, very interesting to see where, the fact that Ken really, the discussion about, where Ryu would place if Ken didn't really exist in the game, because there are a lot of Ryu players that have just kind of made the switch to Ken right now. And we are seeing, people like Air Ryu, who's a big part of Canadian West Coast scene and one of the main reasons that we're thriving here. So shout outs to him. But
shout outs to him for helping get us this opportunity, really. Because without him, without VSB, we wouldn't have the scene and the power to be able to represent ourselves here at the Canada West World Warrior. So shout out to Air Ryu, of course. Air Ryu also one half of the Air Bear Dojo, as I said earlier. Run by this guy over here, Bay Rudy.
Suika's gonna get all the paychecks today from us, all right? Air and I have to
I'm an anime player,
every time
okay?
he mentions the Air Bear Dojo. That's the deal that we had. So we're gonna be broke by the end of this.
Yeah, I'm an anime player. I gotta get my scraps where I can. Gotta buy the McDonald's with this kind of money, Got
the Melty Blood washroom tournaments, dude. You're used to that life. Yeah.
I gotta make sure I'm ready to fly out with my new game Under Night 2 coming out. Yeah. So I gotta stack up as much bills as I got. So we were just trying to figure out where some of the players are, and they've responded. So they're here coming in right now. There was a situation, but that's up to them to speak about whenever they can. But they are good to play whenever everyone's ready to join in. So cool. Should be just in a minute. But thank you guys for hanging out with us. Once again, it's Bay Rudy and Suika here, and just having a good time, really. Just having a good time.
Yeah, man, we're vibing out. We're such a pleasure to be doing this and to be part of the Wednesday Night Fights family, and just to represent Canadian West Coast, man. That's really what it's all about. The fact that I said it before, Street Fighter 6 really feels like a homecoming. We're seeing the generational players from before who kind of stopped playing during Street Fighter 5 for whatever reason, kind of come back. We're seeing some Street Fighter 5 players here, and then we're seeing a lot of new players who are coming out, making a name for themselves. We're talking about how good the net code is for Street Fighter 6 there. So there are so many new players, but it looks like we are getting right into it here. Marissa versus Cammy, just as we expected. And
Noodle. Yeah, Noodle aggressing right off the bat. Of course, Marissa, a character with normals, but at the speed of Cammy's normals, not 100% sure. We throw him for the third time. Can we go for the fourth? Goes for the fourth and just gonna hard tech on that one. No reactions. This person must be like 40 or something. You gotta beat the old man challenge.
It's tough, man. Sometimes raw drive impact when you're thinking about the jump in. Oh no, that's not gonna work.
That's not gonna work. And the perfect KO. Noodle saying, you know, I did lose that Marissa one time, but I did learn. And we're just going to aggress. There's that dive kick, just like we were talking about 10 minutes ago. It's going to be a challenge for
Noodle is playing like a bully right now. Goodness gracious. Look at this corner carry. Just not carrying, just jumping in, using the dive kick whenever. Does not want to play any neutral and does not want to let Marissa really breathe here.
Oh, wow. Wake up a Barre. Just doesn't want to deal with the Gladius. Check it out. I got a fist and some armor behind it.
Oh, no, that's it. Oh.
And that's one thing I think is really good about Cammy. You know, you got a good poke normal that you can drive rush cancel out of. So your pressure is going to be tight for a little bit of a cost, but 2 bars is not all too much at the pace that people have been playing. Caught the teep with the dive kick. Hello?
I know, so impressive right now. Noodle, nice. I like the jump out there from West. Let's see if getting just a raw drive impact again. Gonna get the corner switch. I love it.
Yeah, unfortunately, West wasn't able to use the hit stop to confirm that it was coming out, or maybe it wasn't cancelable. I'm not 100% certain. All right, West gets a little bit of time to breathe. Noodle kind of exhausting himself. We're seeing how it's going. Never mind, the hit's good. Oh, shin kick, gonna get the trip. West Dance gets to play again, and this life total might be a lot, but
nice, I love it. Just making sure, closing it out.
Spinning the meter.
Yeah, spend the bar. Knew that they had no more meter to burn there. That was
I was about to say that Marissa with that much life could still take the game, but unfortunately, poking to the ankle. Yo, classic. Just the parry stance into a scoop.
Oh, we're seeing a lot of the wake up parries right now, but good call up there from West End. It's going to be some big damage here. Goodness gracious. Oh,
another one.
Oh,
just a pixel.
Death. Yeah, just a pixel to go. Noodle's going to need to. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and that's command grabs, man. It's just how it is. You gotta take a bet.
Yeah, I mean, that's really going to be the tail of this match, right? West Dance really just needs one opportunity and one momentum shift to bring it back. Really, the wake up. No, Noodle was ready for it.
Yeah, and was also awake for the second portion, which I would have gotten domed by. I keep forgetting. Oh, jump over. It's going to whiff, but no punish, no challenge on the way down, and West Dance is going to make space. Noodle is burnt out, though. I think if there was an opportunity to run in like a goon, this is it.
Yeah, I'd be interesting to see. Like, I mean, Noodle does have 3 bars of meter right now, so West Dance does have to respect that.
Cannon strike that. Oh, the frame down on that so dubious. You never know if it's the negative or if it's plus. Step teep. Oh no. Challenged by Noodle going into level 3. This will burn him out.
I'll burn him out. Won't be quite enough. It'll be one mix up away here, but we'll see if West Dance is going to wake up with anything crazy. Just as they say, it's something nuts that wasn't a reverse, but that should be it. Nice, great back throw. Yeah, no momentum right now on West Dance side. You're having a really rough time. I haven't seen a single anti-air or anything to challenge the dive kick. So Noodle's just been really getting in for free, really applying the pressure for free, and that's just been causing Marissa a lot of trouble.
Oh, challenge with the standing heavy kick here. And we're in. Oh, but the walk back gonna make the throw whiff. Great punish just to get that corner position.
Oh my god.
Noodle sends it, but if I was West Dance, I'd be okay with that. Take a little bit of damage, but they put themselves in burnout. That's in the math a positive situation.
Oh my goodness.
DP.
Yeah, Noodle is taking some great calculated risks right now.
What was the damage?
The sweep and got the little frame kill there to get the pressure. Again, no anti-air here from West Dance. Look at this pressure. The infinite. Is there going to be any level 1? No. Nice
great jump out.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that's one of the plays you got to make, but unfortunately it was a jump forward, so you can't really punish. And it led to one more neutral situation, and as we've seen in this match so far, playing neutral against this Cammy character is a little rough sometimes. That looked a little high, but still gets a throw.
Just ready for the anti-air. Did you see that, the neutral jump?
Yeah, jumping out of throw loops is an answer, but it shouldn't be the answer because characters with a DP just gonna scoop you out of that sky.
Yeah, it's really a discussion about whether it's worth to get out of the corner for the damage. Oh my god, was that a frame kill? I want to say that was on purpose. The neutral jump, gonna take it, and Noodle clearing it out so easily, so prepared for that matchup. That was a mauling.
Yeah, I think really it's it might have been that West was not ready for the pace that Noodle was gonna run at them with. You don't really expect it, like Cammy, this character, this all-rounder, wants to play play with their one good or one or two good neutral tools, one or two good approach tools, and then you can play around that. But then Noodle said, no, I'm just gonna hit the gas pedal and we're gonna go in. And
I think that's the challenge.
Went.
I think that's the challenge of playing Marissa, right? She's a character that obviously deals all this damage, but the neutral could be so tricky. It could be so rough. But let's take a look at our bracket here. Of course, we got Justin Wong and Noodle going to be another Cammy mirror sitting here on winner's side. We got Mike X versus Lushy, and Carlos U versus Galaxy Butter, all sitting on the losers bracket. We're going to see.
These guys will be playing for quite a bit of cash, but we can always make it a little sweeter for them with the Matcherino. Of course, Matcherino giving us those codes that we can redeem for free. Just got a couple of clicks here, log into your Twitch on their site. And click, you've donated 25 cents to the pot, which will be great. And we'll be helping out these guys do what they need to pursue everything they want to do here for fighting games, because fighting games is not the cheapest thing, but we can make it a little cheaper with Matcherino. And yeah, you can check it out. Everything here is sorted out and described. You can even see the extended schedule of the Wednesday Night Fights World Warrior, as well as all the points you get for placements, because this is not a single tournament. This is actually a circuit kind of deal here where we play for, I think it's like 5 weeks.
Yes, 5
weeks, and then whoever places with the most points in the top 8 will proceed to the finals. Yeah, you can see it right there, 5 weeks in the finals on November or September. I can't read that, but I'm sure we can bring it up later. Or you could just look at it on the Matcherino while you're going to contribute. There's a second push there for you guys, and it's just that easy, really. But not as easy as that matchup that we just saw between Marissa and Cammy. That looked rough, actually. That segue
insane. Was beautiful, CJ. I love it. I love it. Give you 10 points for that one. I'm gonna donate to Matcherino just for you.
Yeah, when you watch enough FGC content, you'll learn the segue.
I'm super curious to see, just the development of Marissa players and the tech for that character and how to deal with some of this mauling, right? Because as far as I've seen, there's maybe been a few Japanese players and just maybe Big Bird as far as just handling some of these harder matchups. And that's kind of the question and the discussion that's been around some of these other mid to high tier characters too, is some of them are great, but they really struggle against some of these kind of top tier picks like the Cammies and the Kens, because the neutral can be so difficult to deal with.
And that's kind of like the story of the game thus far. It's these characters have all these wonderful tools. Actually, a lot of these characters have tools that to most laymen would think it's way too powerful. Mm-hmm. But when you break it down, when all the tools are kind of laid out bare, it's the characters that have the stability of neutral and how they can control it that really get to make use of all their other tools that are busted. And of course, the Cammies have been popping out, the Kens have been popping out. It's been absurd, and it goes to show that with just a little bit of time, neutral and playing for the pace of the game can really take over the meta. We don't see any JPs tonight, and JP was the character that everyone thought was gonna be the distance demon, to put it in funny Smash terms.
I love that you brought that up. That's right, JP has definitely been the discussion of Street Fighter 6 as of recent. But here we go on the loser side. We got Lushy versus Mike X. I played against Lushy yesterday. Very strong jury player, very tricky to play against. So I'm curious to see how he's gonna handle this Ken matchup.
Yeah, but speaking of of players and Kens, Mike X took a win against Kaba the other day and is a strong player in their own right. So we're gonna see if Jury is a character you think you'll see a lot, but sometimes it's just not enough to know what this character does. So we'll see if Mike X is actually ready for that great DP from Lushy.
The crosscut, Lushy looking so good, bringing out that Sea Viper play. Oh!
You hate to see it when you send it. Yep, rising light punch, just gonna beat the throw, and you get to confirm it into the dive kick.
Yeah, one of the great wake up options here for Jury. That's right, on wake up. Seeing that a lot. See how he handles. Oh, tries to jump out, but Mike X is ready for it. This is such a skill. Really?
No
okay,
way.
Let's see. What do you got?
No way.
What do you got? Let me see.
Huh? What's the meaning?
Oh, the pressure gets the heavy end.
I think that's a clean save jump too, right?
Yeah,
it looks like it at the very least.
That was clean. That was definitely planned out. That was so sick.
Like
There
I
you
was
go.
about to pop out from Mike X with like the jumping light punch into EX Tatsu for the confirm. Whoa, he bets it.
Yeah, it's Lushy right now, going for some crazy DPs, but I guess he's trying to set the pace early, tries to drive impact, but burns himself out in the corner, the DP from Mike X. This is scary.
You can kind of see that Lushy knows that Jinrai as a tool exists, but is kind of just betting it all against it rather than waiting and playing around what Mike X likes to use in those Jinrai tool. Because sometimes all it takes is just the one part and then letting your opponent hang themselves, and right now Lushy definitely hanging himself on that round.
Yeah, definitely burning a lot of resources, and look at that corner carry. This is exactly what's so scary about Ken, right? That corner carry, and then now you're here this pressure and ready for it this time. Lushy relying on that drive impact just a little bit too much to set really a reset.
Yeah, that was it was not a bad choice to test Mike X's reactions on the shin kick after Jinrai. But Mike X definitely just proved it that he can react back, and with the perfect KO, it's tied up. We've got our first 1-1 of the night.
Yeah, what an adjustment. Really just threw Lushy into the corner in the beginning of both rounds and just didn't let him out. Lushy really couldn't breathe both those matches.
Ooh, I think that looked really fast. That might have been the -1, but it's so hard to tell in the heat of the moment. Gets the stock.
Yeah, oh, nice. I love the use of the drive reversal there, just getting out.
I keep forgetting that drive reversal's a thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's a dangerous option too, right? It works, but it's also extremely punishable.
Yeah,
not something
and
that we
it's
see used all the
expensive.
time. It is expensive, yeah.
There's a lot going on behind it, but when you need it, you can use it. Cross up Tatsu, one throw.
Yeah, this is bad right here. Great. I love the challenge there. Actually ended up working out there for Lushy. Let's see if we can handle this corner pressure. Here comes Mike X once again. That should be it.
Yeah, Lushy has been sending it, and I think showing the option is great. Because it forces Mike X on offense to really think about it when formulating their pressure. And Mike X kind of just doesn't care.
Yeah.
Winning that round off of a meaty after taking a reversal DP, that's what it kind of breaks down to when you have these wake-up mind games. And when it starts breaking down into wake-up mind games like that, you might want to start playing for trying to keep your opponent out a little more, playing more footsies just to regain your own pace. Rising light punch.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not sure. Is that light or is that jumping medium punch?
I don't know. I'm sure the chat can correct me.
Yeah, I think it's jumping medium punch, but... Oh, look at the challenge. Mike X so good at keeping their opponent in the corner, just not letting any room to breathe. Yeah, that won't wall splat there just because it was a true string, but that one will.
And this is probably going to kill, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Mike X looking so strong right now, just not letting Lushy, giving him any room to breathe here. And just, the battle in neutral has been okay, but just the corner carry that Ken provides has just been keeping Jury stuck in the corner.
Yeah, I remember seeing that one actually drive impact combo that just goes corner to corner, and that you can't convince me otherwise. Ken's corner carry is the best in the game.
Stand short into drive rush. Such a good spacing check there from a lot of the Shoto characters in this game, but let's see if Lushy can make it out the corner this time. Trying to block patiently, tried to go for the back throw there, but Mike X was ready for it.
I was actually okay with that poke in the drive rush, but unfortunately, like Lushy, I didn't see how much drive gauge they actually had left. Ended up burning themselves out and putting them in the worst position. So managing resources in this matchup where this guy is just kind of running you down is going to be huge here. Great drive cancel.
Yeah,
we're gonna finally hopefully play with pressure.
Nice, great cross cut, gets the overhead, but was blocked by Mike X. Back to neutral here.
Yeah, that was a good page, just trying to back off from Ken, play footsies, keep him out, and you're not bleeding as much as you are in the earlier rounds. So I think this might be the adaptation here for Lushy. Gets the save jump, and Mike X respects.
Okay, he's gonna need one more mix up here. Still got the engine going, and that should be enough. Lushy.
Wait, that stole the corner. That's nuts.
It is so cheap. That's so cheap. I love it though. Here you go, Lushy's keeping himself alive here.
Great tech, actually. It takes another kind of awareness to know that when you get hit, someone's gonna walk up and throw you. And that's like free damage you saved yourself from. Unfortunately, took a hit on the way in.
Straight into the level 3. This is going to be great damage. Going to take a bit of that drive gauge and get close to the corner here.
It's in the corner even. Oh, took a hit. Back off, trying to shimmy a little bit. Nice throw tech, and now you're stuck in the corner without drive gauge. Kicks out, makes space.
Try to make some space. It's going to be a real uphill battle here for Lushy. Look at the pressure that Mike puts. Oh, I love that.
That was a great. Oh, it was good stuff in that drive rush, but unfortunately, gonna be sent to the corner. Won't be dead, but will need to survive in some way. And unfortunately, I think just tried to bet it all. Maybe assumed the drive impact would come and just played on that assumption and held up back to get through it, but took a Jinrai on the way up and is going to be eliminated from the bracket here at 7th, unfortunately.
That was a stressful match to watch because the pressure that Mike X was applying just in neutral, that just did not look fun to play against, man. He was like, so solid at finding the jump ins, finding the space. The drive rush into jab was such a player in that neutral game there that would just start the offense for Ken. And I don't know, it just almost made that seem like unwinnable for Jury. I know it is winnable for Jury, but it just was.
It's crazy because I'm sure if you slow down the gameplay and you watch it, you could see them play calm, everyday Street Fighter for long enough, and then someone decides I would like to start running at you now, and that person was Mike X most of the time, and it just takes the hit, and then a player like Mike X can really run you all the way to the corner and keep you there.
Yeah, no, Mike X, fantastic performance. I was very, very impressed with that Ken play. I'm actually curious to know who took him out in the bracket. I'm sure the answer is somewhere easily findable, but that Ken looked absolutely scary. I imagine we're going to have Carlos Yu versus Galaxy Butter coming up next.
Yeah.
Carlos Yu, you know, an OG player from Street Fighter 4 days, used to play Honda way back then, was a Street Fighter 5 Cammy player. Trying to make his name here in Street Fighter 6, still playing some Honda, but will be transitioning to Cammy very, very soon. Just curious to see what this last hurrah with E-Honda is going to look like.
Yeah, I think people are starting to feel a little bit of fatigue with a character like E-Honda. He does have like similar
fatigue. I love it.
Yeah, similar tendencies of Blanca when, you know, I got the cool little back forward charge move that kind of leaves me out of range of some like drive impact. I got the funny butt slam move that you need to know your counterplay for, but then they run into a wall like Cammy, Ken, JP in some instances. I even seen some of them run into a wall with like Marissa, who just puts buttons out, stops you before you even get started, and I can see I can feel the exhaustion sometimes when it comes to playing a character that you love, and you just don't feel as strong enough at the moment.
Yeah,
so
we'll
see how Carlos can take it.
I was playing a little bit with Lushy and Carlos last night, actually. And, you know, I was having a discussion with Carlos, and he was saying how he feels out of, like, just the top-tier characters. Honda's, like, best matchup, he feels like, is Blanca, you know, just out of the top-tier kind of characters. So he says that, you know, Honda can have a real rough time against, like, the Cammys, the Kens, the DJs, just pretty much that's his feeling, as almost anyone else in the cast can be a bit of a rough time. So,
and there's another character that we don't see in this top 8, a character that seems to have all the tools, but we don't see him as much as the DJ.
That's
Hopefully
right.
We'll see that later down the line here in Canada West. But Carlos Yu versus Galaxy Butter. Galaxy Butter, the player that I couldn't find anything on for some reason. So I'm hoping for a surprise here, wearing the Dante red. I
love it. I love to see it. Carlos Yu, a very kind of slower, you know, Honda player, will turn it up when he needs to, but also, you know, great at whiff punishing, likes to kind of control the pace of the match. Plays a very Street Fighter 4-esque Honda, I should say. And that's why it's so interesting to see.
Super classic here. And you can see Galaxy Butter doesn't want to interact, and I think that's the right play when you can just choose not to interact with a character like Honda. You never want to interact with a character like Honda, because that's probably going to spell bad times for you. That's why characters with good normals, good fireballs can just keep them out.
Just walking up, command throw. Carlos, you've taken the first round. Did you see how patient that Honda was? Was just slow, trying to whiff punish. Not really doing many random headbutts, but just as I said, here comes the butt slam. And this is the way Honda's meant to be played.
Yeah, and I mean, no headbutts is just Carlos Yu understanding that the headbutt's gonna trade with a random fireball and it's gonna be bad times. And spending the meter to try and EX through a fireball, I don't think the payoff is that great. So Carlos Yu opting not to. Great parry. This is not gonna be a lot of damage because of the scaling, but the corner is good enough as we saw in the last match. Whoa!
Love that check, the jumping roundhouse. Are you serious? That's a punish. Here comes Galaxy Butter with quite a bit of damage. Not wanting to probably use any meter there just quite yet. If he could survive this round without spending any bars, it's gonna be a big victory. They'll keep holding onto the bar. Could have finished it there. A little risky here, but the life lead is quite huge. Oh, both players just whipping throw.
Yeah, that was Galaxy Butter trying to apply counterplay. Of course, when you block the headbutt, you can take your turn back with drive rush. Not as expensive as you think, of course. It's only gonna cost you 1 bar, and you'll probably make it back. But Galaxy Butter gets the hit, and it's gonna take him to the corner.
Yeah, let's see how Carlos deals with this pressure. It's gonna be a little bit scary. The shimmy, but no confirm. Oh, but are you kidding? Was that a stand short?
What a confirm.
So good.
The meter's gone. The HP is really bad, but Carlos Yu with critical art of his own just needs a couple of solid hits into 1 confirm. Never mind, gotta poke your shoes. You don't wear shoes, Honda, so it's like 10-0 matchup against the leather. and yeah, Galaxy Butter gotta take the first.
Yeah, great stuff there from Galaxy Butter. Really took advantage of that corner pressure. Carlos Yu not even able to spend a single bar of meter there that entire round. So terrible way for him to lose there.
Oh, tried to do the Kara Ochio, but unfortunately, Galaxy Butter holding up. My favorite direction.
Oh wow, challenges after the headbutt this time. Headbutt is, I believe, -4, is it? But just gets you out of spacing for a jab punish, so it's not quite punishable. Oh my god, look at this. Oh,
ooh,
finish the combo.
I don't know if he was, trying to fit. I don't know if he thought the combo wouldn't kill and the Oki wouldn't be good enough. There's the EX headbutt, of course, got the armor on it. I don't know if he thought it wouldn't kill and tried to bait a pressure reset and then bait the DP. It's like 3 layers deep.
Yeah. It might have also been trying to go for a reset. You're absolutely right.
Straight to normal. Oh!
Like you said, not a lot of damage off that because of the parry scaling. But here comes the core. Oh my goodness, the neutral jump to snuff out the throw. That's so much damage here. Carlos Yu a bit on life support here. No, not until level 3. Okay, Galaxy Butter again wanting to save the meter for the next round.
Yeah, and this is one of the things with Honda. You do have like the funny butt slam and the headbutt, but the parries on them once you start getting them down are not too terribly hard to do, especially when netcode is this good.
No, I mean, especially if we saw Kakuru's performance, I feel like people have been doing nothing but practicing their perfect parries because he really showed us the power of the perfect parries during the Gamers 8 tournament.
Great. Ochio gets the corner headbutt, send him to the corner. Ooh, keep him there.
And the patience from Carlos, but Galaxy Butter gonna go to level 3. Yes, I imagine he does. This is gonna take a little bit of drive gauge. Gonna be, probably 1 mix-up away from death here. A little bit scary, but Carlos sitting on full meter. Oh! God, that was so scary. The jump back roundhouse, so good. Galaxy Butter always ready for it. And the Hadouken into drive rush fears.
Yeah, I wonder what was going on. I think he thought he parried it and then hit forward for the dash. Well, maybe it was just a little too early on that regard and ended up getting hit by it. I'm not sure. I'd love to watch the replay on that one, but that's something I'll have to do in my personal study time.
Yeah, right now, Galaxy Butter up 2-0. Looking really strong here, just being able to deal with the craziness of Honda. And I love the fact that all the Ken players right now have been doing such a great job. Just the drive rush jab has been such an answer to so many matchups in neutral. I love it.
Yeah, and especially, like you said, it's the headbutt is spaced out so you can't jab punish it. But taking your turn back against Honda is probably more worth it. Oh, got 2 jabs, but couldn't get a 3rd out in time to break that armor. Ooh.
Oh, again!
Oh, no, he's got 2 bars on deck. Can he
no,
finish
he
it?
drops it!
He drops it, but the
got the back throw.
Chip
is an equation. He's got to be careful. Oh my god, Carlos is going in. both. Oh, and the overhead takes it. That wasn't even chip. He got the hit.
Yeah, unfortunately, when you block the Jinrai, a lot of options happen, and blocking with your noggin is not one of them.
Yeah, the Jinrai, you know, obviously when you don't have you know, access to your drive parry, you know, a much more difficult kind of tool to deal with.
Oh, that's a cute little combo. I haven't seen that in a while. Oh, make it hurt.
Yeah,
oh.
Big punish here. Is Carlos gonna burn any meter? Probably not. Oh, with the pressure.
He looks so plus.
Face down Fierce, that's it. Oh,
he got hit so hard. He's gonna feel that on the skull. He feels it down to the medulla oblongata. He cannot react.
Oh, goodness, the spacing was immaculate there. Here comes both players sitting on 3 bars of meter. Any kind of confirm, as you can imagine, is going to go into level 3, and it's going to hurt a lot. The perfect parry here from Carlos. Going to get the back throw just for positioning. Wow, the drive rush into strong.
Yeah, when the damage is so low, taking the throw is often probably better, or even like getting a cheeky reset instead of spending the resources. Yeah. In this case, Carlos Yu is going to spend the resource to get the corner, which is way better than all the resources you just spent, and he's already made it back.
Look at that whip punish. Is that into level 3?
He's so dead. Mark the ground and push him out. Welcome to the World of Sumo, baby.
That was so nice. That was so nice. See, something that, again, not to dog, I see a lot of Honda players go absolutely nuts, but I feel like we're seeing a bit of a slower, more whiff punish, neutral heavy Honda right now, and I'm like super impressed with what I'm seeing. But Galaxy Butter is just, these Ken players, I don't know why they're all so good. They seem like a nightmare to deal with.
Oh, another whiff punish here, punish, counter even. Boop, boops. Walk through the corner, and a backdash is gonna make some space. And that was an Ochio, so the punish was available. Of course, command throws.
So smart there.
Yeah, command throws. They recover a little slower. He's been so on point. Air to air in these butt slams.
Yeah, with the jumping roundhouses, it's been so good for Galaxy Butter. But here comes Carlos Yu with a bit of pressure of his own. Is this going to be coast to coast? Almost.
Almost. And the hands buff is great, but it hasn't been coming into effect too much here. Of course, to be able to use hands buff, you need to get the hit. So we'll see if... Oh! It's most certainly a hit!
It's not going to be death yet, but we're getting close to it.
Oh,
out there, Carlos. Wow, what the standing fierce? Are you kidding me? That button's been doing miles for Carlos Yu right now.
So one thing concerning like the Ken player like style is energy levels. Do you have the energy to keep up the gas pedal as hard as some of these players keep it?
Listen, I imagine that every Ken player drinks a Red Bull before they start a set, all right? So I'm pretty sure they're okay on the energy front. That's just what Ken players do. They just they drink 16 energy drinks before starting, all right?
I am a victim of the Red Bull energy crash, so I know what it would be like when I start to get tired. And Galaxy Butter, not too tired just yet. Still a little fresh, but
Oh my goodness. So all of that pressure started from a backdash into stand fierce. That backdash has been giving Galaxy Butter a lot of escapes on wake up. And I'm wondering if Carlos Yu is going to kind of wake up to that and see that that's been a really strong option for Galaxy Butter to especially deal with the wake up throws.
Yeah, I wonder if there's even a great tool for Honda to use in those cases that isn't already committal.
Yeah, I mean, you can just meaty. You know, the backdashes are not...
you can just meaty, that's right.
Yeah, backdashes are not invincible at all in this game, so Carlos is probably going for a lot of, you know, wake-up throws, and Galaxy Butter's been waiting for that. So here comes Carlos Yu, though, spending the 3 bars. Going to be quite a good life lead, and Galaxy Butter is burnt out in the corner.
He does have 3 meters, so don't risk it on a drive impact if the boy can react. Never mind! Random headbutt. The frame data probably sucks when you block it in burnout.
Yeah. But, you're absolutely right. It's probably, I think it's like 0 or like -1 or something.
Yeah, I think you take 4 frames of block stun when you're in burnout. Yeah. So like 0 on block headbutt seems kind of scary. Honestly, random headbutt not a bad idea.
I love it.
Look
Here
at
you
the
go.
Economics.
Oh.
I don't
he
think
tried
I've
to dash forward to try and get the cross up, but didn't work out.
Yeah,
He's gonna have to do a coast-to-coast combo here.
I don't think I've seen Galaxy Butter reversal DP that much, at least the XDP, which means that's a thing that he thought he'd get away with, and Carlos Yu was already ready for it, which is huge on the mental front. Oh, just took a hit to the head. Don't mind me. just making my way forward.
The neutral jump again, but no finish there from Galaxy Butter, and that should do it. The drive rush into jab confirmed.
Yeah, I'm wondering, Carlos Yu has bitten on these a lot, actually, and might need to either just bet on it not happening, because Galaxy Butter's been pretty vehement about baiting those throws. Great reaction!
Great call out there. That was like the first time I think I've ever seen Carlos Yu go for a drive impact, and Galaxy Butter just ready for it.
Yeah, and I think mostly it comes down to buffering those drive rushes behind your normals all the time.
How much Carlos Yu is jumping right now? What's going on?
He's got it. He's got it. Normally wants to use the drive rush. It's gonna burn him out. So he needs to win it here.
To level 3. That's it. That's it. And Galaxy Butter taking it over Carlos Yu 3-2. What a great set from both players.
Yeah, that was that was close actually. With the burnout being the way it is, rather, I could foresee a future where Carlos Yu does take it back for that round in particular, because being in burnout against any character is like terrible. So
I love it, Suika. I like how you're thinking about the multiverse of like, yeah, I could see a universe where Carlos Yu takes that.
Yeah, I gotta see every pathway.
Yeah.
So that when I apply it to myself, I can see the future. But
you're the Doctor Strange of BFGC. I love you. I love it. That's awesome. No, great set. I can't agree with you more.
Unfortunately for Carlos Yu, he does drop out here at 7th, but still a great showing. It was a decent sized bracket yesterday. Was the pools, and they will get points for this. I think points go up to top 13.
That's right.
And that's any amount of points is good, because there's still 4 more weeks of this to go for this circuit. So whatever you can get it now. So yeah, points are good. We'll be seeing wow, my brain decided to fart. We'll be seeing Galaxy Butter move on, actually. Galaxy Butter played actually quite well. I don't know if he just wasn't 100% on that Honda matchup. Because sometimes, again, Honda, even Abigail, wow, wrong game, Marissa, and Jury, characters that when you start playing at the higher level, you see less. Because people start to ditch their characters for someone a little safer, a little more consistent. And then the matchups become harder because you just see less players of it.
Yeah,
so it looked like Galaxy Butter was having some issues, but could just play a little bit of their neutral game and make it back. We saw that they did have a little bit of counterplay against the headbutt, so that was there, and ended up taking it at the end.
Yeah, I think Carlos is probably just a bit of a stranger Honda to play against, where he does play very slow and with punish. Like out of nowhere, he might kind of pick up the pace and go a little bit nuts and play like a traditional Honda and throw out those headbutts. But I think it's that mix of, being able to control the throttle as Honda that can make that matchup a little bit tricky for anyone who's not constantly playing against Honda players. So it's, big ups to Carlos Yu for really adjusting through that set and, surviving so long.
Hopefully they stick with the Honda. You never know. We do live
I don't think he will, but
we do live in an era of patch culture. So you never know what will happen around the bend. Not that I'm a fan of it, but that's a conversation for another day.
Yes.
And speaking of a conversation for another day, let's shout out the World Warrior Series once again. Of course, we have 5 weeks of this. This is week 1. If you are part of West Canada, you can join us for weeks 2 to 5. If you place in the top 13, you gather points, and the top 8 with the most points will be able to proceed to top 8 November 8th. Now, I don't know if you've seen this, but the payout for this is actually quite large. 3,500 for first place, and if you even getting 7th is a big 300 in your pocket. And for Canadians like us, that is actually quite huge, because that's not 300 Canadian, my friends. That's 300 American, to my knowledge.
Yeah. Just shout outs to all you guys on stream. Before we started, going live here, Drunk Suika was doing the math here of how many Canadian dollars that is, because he knows the conversion rate is terrible for us Canadians
It's
here.
so bad.
The money is high for Canadians here.
That $300 is probably $7,000 in Canadian. That's gonna buy you rent in Toronto for like a week, and that's pretty good. I'll take rent in Toronto for a week if I get 7th place.
I love it. Yeah, shout outs to Wednesday Night Fights and to this series. Again, we're gonna be going on for quite a while. I believe it's bi-weekly for the Canada West Coast, and we're just happy to be a part of it, man. I think I'm so damn excited again to be seeing these players and seeing how the matchups change as we keep moving forward.
Yeah, and if you don't want to participate, that's okay too. You guys are hanging out in chat, and that's all the participation that we need from you, because being able to hang out with you guys in the chat is wonderful, especially for a game like Street Fighter 6, which has been popping off. But we're gonna need to take a little bit of a breather. It's been a hot week. Give us a couple minutes, and we will continue with Losers Quarters.
Welcome back to the World Warrior Wednesday Night Fights. We are continuing on the West Coast Canada bracket. My name is Beiruti. I'm joined by the great Suika, and we are going down this bracket, man. I am stoked. I want to see how Justin Wong does. I want to see how, of course, we saw like some great matches here. We got a few Cammy players in this bracket. We got a few Ken players in this bracket. We're seeing a bunch of tier monsters, but it's been quite the experience so far.
Yeah, we're gonna see a Cammy mirror again come winter semis, but we got a couple of losers quarters to go through. So we do have White Gun dive and drive down in the losers quarter side, and we got Galaxy Butter and West Dance, I believe, that are also on over there. So we're gonna see if they can claw their way back up to get their run back, or if it's lights out and they're gonna collect their points and go home right here.
That's right. Yeah, man. I'm just curious to see how, you and I were talking about it, what character Justin Wong has been playing so far. He's sitting up on the winner side here, being our honorary Canadian. And, he's kind of been going full force with the Cammy now for the last few weeks. They're, playing Cammy at Evo and just deciding that that's the character for him. Because you were even talking to me, he's like, what character does Justin Wong play?
I had to look it up.
It's like, this guy plays everyone in the damn game, right? He's making a new video every week on a new character.
The most interaction I get with Jay Wong is looking at his YouTube video and be like, what character did he play next? But we're gonna have to see that later. We got Mike versus West Dance here, Ken versus Marissa, and unfortunately for us the audio is gone, but hopefully for you guys the audio is going great. Oh, there we go. We are kicked back on here. Listen to a little bit of reggae and Fafnir. Yes, sorry, that's some gear terms. Or no, it's Bandit Bringer. That's Bandit Bringer. I apologize.
So we saw West Dance earlier play against, I believe it was Noodles Cammy, and just having a hard time dealing with the pressure in neutral. And I'm gonna be very curious to see how his Marissa handles this Ken pressure, and it's not been looking good so far.
Yeah, if there was if you were not having a great time against Cammy, you're gonna have an equally bad time with Ken. I think you might be able to play neutral a tiny bit better. Ken, of course, does not have the die kick. He does have dive Tatsu, so that's new. For this matchup rather. And
did you see the call out on that level 1 there? Just Mike X just letting it rip, not afraid to set the pace of the set so early on. Tries to go for the whiff punish there with the stand fierce.
Oh, nice. Great parry.
I love the back throw. Yeah, get the position, but the back throw back there from Mike X. No way. West Dance going absolutely crazy.
Yeah, and of course, each match is first to 3, best of 5, depending on how you want to take it. And I think sending a super like that in the first game to set a pace, to set a precedent is not bad.
What is going on right now, Suika? They're both just super reversing each other back and forth.
They're having the time of their lives. When you have the reggae in your heart, you gotta let it loose,
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. They're just going back and forth, letting the supers rip, catching each other in between block strings, and just waking up super.
Ooh, stepping out. Maybe a character swap. Not 100% sure. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah,
I don't recall seeing any other character for West Dance, but. You
it
never
could be
know.
just a breather. It could be just a breather. Sometimes it's the oldest trick in the book, right? People going back to the character select screen, giving themselves some time to rethink. Maybe he's on Discord with a bunch of buddies, and they're giving him some advice. He's like, "What do I do against this Ken player? This guy woke up level 1 supered me 3 times in a row. What do I do against that?"
Okay,
you never know.
In the Ken player's defense, you did wake up level 2, so we're just trading back. We're just trading back meter back and forth. Yeah, first game, trying to get it's hard, actually, if you send it that hard, but, what kind of read do you get as a player? If I, as a player, saw that from my opponent, I'm like, okay, I may have won the round, or I may have lost the round, but I don't think my information is as clear as it's gonna get here, because I'm sure I lost some footsies exchange, but this man literally sent 2 level 1s wake up at me. I don't know what's going on. So what kind of read do you get from that?
Yeah, I love that you bring that up, because that might be a a deeper discussion on best 2 out of 3 or best 3 out of 5, right? Because when you kind of set the precedent for those kind of things early in a set, that really changes the way you play as the set moves forward, right? I imagine now this next match, there might be a bit more respect on wake up, there might be a bit more baits in between block strings, and it's that psychology of what makes fighting games so damn difficult, right? Is just, especially with Street Fighter 6, I find just adapting to your opponent in such a short amount of time could be so difficult. And that's why the discussion of 3 out of 5, which is obviously what we have here in the top 8, but the discussion of 3 out of 5 moving forward to a lot of tournaments has been kind of a talk for being a standard for Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, and with because you do see the high damage in this game, and you do see
Absolutely.
kind of like games ending in touches, so it's hard to gauge. But when we're at the like the highest of levels, and we're trying to gauge how our opponent plays,
Yeah.
it's the wild ones that'll end up suffering because you can't keep that energy up the entire time while still trying to play meaningful neutral to keep your opponent on their toes. So
Yeah. No, absolutely.
We'll see how these long sets really affect our players. West Dance is back here. Hopefully made some adjustments with a timeout. Nice little throw, a little tap. Gonna be sending back to the corner. Oh,
Ooh,
bandit bringer.
Just jumps out. Mike X so brave here, getting out of the corner for free. But nice little life lead here on West Dance. Curious to see again. No challenge on the jump ins. We've been seeing that all tournament here for West Dance.
And
Great
yeah,
crosscut.
jumping forward, you do get out of the corner, but you do take a little bit of damage. It's interesting trade. Oh, I don't know if that's like a frame kill setup, but gets the round. How'd I lose? You lost by sending the DP, young Ken.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was. I think that was a bit of a drop, but definitely was trying to jab check there on Wake Up, just because Mike X has been wanting to jump out of the corners so often. So West Dance is opting to go for a few more meaties on Wake Up. Just that small adjustment there. But, you know, the challenge here, I think, is the fact that is Mike X going to reversal on Wake Up, or is he just going to jump out of the corner? And that's been so annoying for West Dance to deal with. It's that 50-50 guess.
Oh!
And oh my goodness, he was ready for it. Tries to level 2 out of there.
It was a nice try, but yeah, Mike X did get the jump forward, which gets him out of it. One neutral interaction while in burnout, and that's always huge as any player. Nice tech. Gonna recover from this burnout quicker than Ken will. Gladius does not connect. It does force him to
the
block.
level 1 call-out's so smart there. You know that he was looking for it because Marissa's got a lot of great drive impact setups, especially when their opponent is burnt out, and Mike X knew that he had meter at the stand short check, tying it up round 1-1. Yeah, Mike X has just been making this so annoying for West Dance to deal with.
Oh, there's a good anti-air. And that it's the policing like that that's gonna really get you going.
Oh, there's a jump out.
Yeah, that's not the tightest of setups, it looks like.
Wow,
Takes
great,
a DP, that's okay.
Ooh, that's so much damage. Let's see what West Dance has here. Gets it. Wow, the meaty must have caught him jumping or something.
And Mike X has been jumping a lot. You really gotta make him pay. If you start like evaluating the risk reward for taking a DP or like punishing them for trying something insane on Wake Up, you start to see kind of math add up in your favor. Every DP you take versus every punish you get.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll see those thoughts kind of come through, but that might have to wait for another round as West Dance here, stuck in the corner, chucked a couple of times, meated a couple of times more. And the first round of game 3 during my dissertation goes to Mike X.
It was just so quick, Suika. It was not your fault. The pressure right now that Mike X is pushing is just so stressful to watch. Nice here. Great pressure for West End. Let's see if Mike X tried to jump out there.
Yeah, and you can see if
again tried to jump out.
Yeah, you can see if you took a DP in that scenario, you didn't lose as much life as how much Mike X took trying to jump.
Yeah, great shimmy here. Gets a throw. Yeah, West Dance was trying to counter there on Wake Up, trying to go for something crazy. Mike X actually trying to make a little bit of space back. Doesn't fall for the shimmy.
Oh! Not in the corner, so it's okay, but now you're burnt out. Mike X also burning themselves up with the extra credit card. That should be game over. It's all or nothing.
Great effort there from Mike X. Yeah, I think it's really been the tail here in the corner. Mike X either gonna reversal or gonna jump out, because think about it, Marissa, not the strongest anti-airs in the game, so if someone jumps out, she might get like a crouch fierce or something. She's not really gonna get much damage off of it. It's probably better to take that anti-air and get out of the corner rather than just staying in that corner and taking more abuse from Marissa.
Yeah, and when you consider it that way, maybe just throwing out the meaty in exchange for your HP is not a bad choice, because if I recall correctly, Marissa does have that sliver extra HP by comparison to some of these other characters.
Yeah, I believe she does. I believe she's a little bit tankier, but I don't know if it's well deserved after seeing the pressure that Ken can apply on her. It's very stressful to watch.
It's funny when you think about like why characters had more HP before. Being able to leverage that as a tool while you make your way in, definitely a thing that I think some characters might need. Breaks through. Oh, that's so much damage.
And look at Mike X is burnt out right now, so this is a little bit of life support. Gonna be a bit tough here, but he's still pressing buttons with the stand shot. Gets a throw. That's it.
It's so hard to deal with.
The punish counter throw doing a little bit more damage there to close it out.
Once he got barred by the stand short, it's kind of a guessing game, a little bit of scramble. And when it comes to scrambles, if you don't have the normals that your opponents have, the scrambles are always against you.
Oh no!
Not sure if that's just because the connection was a little bit off for the night.
Was it? I don't know.
I opt for the benefit of the doubt.
Suika, the man of the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, I don't know.
As someone that has lived in frame delay for the past 6 years, you know, I'd rather choose to doubt the net play sometimes.
Yeah, I mean that was last round there for Mike X, I think. Anyway, so yeah, we'll just give the benefit of the doubt. We don't know what happened there, but. Great pressure there, man. Just seems such a frustrating matchup there. I know it's winnable. I know Marissa's got all the tools to deal with it, but you have to play so calculated with her to get that damage, right? And to keep your opponent at bay and to condition them not to jump and not to do crazy things in the corner. And I think that's the challenge of playing Marissa.
and really like any fighting game, like heavy character that moves slow, lumbers around, but has like the normals and the damage. They're not as for lack of better terms, brain dead as some of the Twitter users will have you believe. Really, because when you have like the normals that are honky tonky, you really gotta like step on the gas, get into third gear to be able to even throw a punch.
Yeah.
You gotta judge when you can even use it. And when you have a character that can keep you out with faster normals that poke farther, that might hit lighter but lead to better pressure, you know, you really got to sit down and think, how am I going to use this character to stop this? And I'd love to see West Dance come back for the next one, World War II here at West Canada, and see what improvements they make, because more of the characters that you don't see is what we need as a community to make sure that we're constantly pushing the bar up, you know?
Yeah, I love that you say that too, because I was just about to say is like we need those characters that you don't see as much of, you know, that are still very, very strong, you know, and you know, we're seeing the Ken and the Cammy army rise up. I see you mentioned JP, even though there's no JPs in this top 8. JP, a character that has been bringing a lot of interest to a lot of players. You know, that was a character that a lot of people thought was going to drop off, but it's clearly much better than we think. And I'm very curious to see that as the game develops. I mean, it's only been 2 months now. You know, We're going into month 3. That, you know, whether or not some of these kind of mid-tier characters are going to move at all or fluctuate or really kind of rise to the top.
And speaking of the JP, is just when players learn how to fight against a character in their own special way, that's when we see the shifts. But speaking of shifts, we're gonna have our Ken versus Cammy match right now.
Oh man, this is gonna be a slobber knocker, man. Already in the corner from the Ken pressure here. Galaxy Butter pushing the pace.
Yeah, and we're gonna see if we get dive and drive on game 1 or dive and drive on game 2 against Justin. Because game 2 dive and drive was a nut. Nice shimmy.
Yeah, White Gun's got many different personalities. I love it.
When you're a net play demon like White Gun has been in his time, you really have a lot of masks to wear.
Did you see that check on the drive rush with the crouch jab? I love it.
That's actually like a valuable like tool to have in your kit, to be able to react to the drive rush flash and put a normal out to check it. Just because you don't want them to drive rush at you for free. You want to challenge them every time, make them stop short where the drive rushes sometimes. It adds more layers to the conversation we call fighting games. Wait. That was a dive kick punish, right?
That was, yeah, that was quite impressive there. Galaxy about to get the corner pressure here. Now, oh, really? Okay, just ready for it right now. Dive and drive on burnout, but still pushing the pace forward.
Oh, try to jump in. Galaxy Butter was really good about jumping to the air for the butt slams. I don't know if you want to be jumping into the air against dive kicks.
Yeah, we are. Oh, the jump short there, and that should do it. Dive and drive taking one game so quickly. So we're seeing a lot of shimmy attempts right now from dive and drive, and I imagine if Galaxy Butter is going to start trying to call out those shimmies after block with a crouching medium kick or something. But yeah, just ready for the dive kick. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, calling out the shimmies it's just one of those. If you think about it as like a really whack rock paper scissors. Sometimes you just can't keep throwing scissors against your opponent's rock. You gotta bet with something else, and challenging the shimmy is definitely one of those tools. There's another shimmy attempt right there.
Yeah, no, Dive and Drive definitely loves using Cammy. Cammy, one of the characters with the fastest walk speeds in the game, right? Like next to like Kimberly. And
it's fast.
Just Cammy players love using that back and forth sway. So sometimes you do want to call it out with that crouching medium kick. Oh, look at the
yeah,
DP
and if you're a little afraid that you're gonna get hit, just bet the DP. You thought you were gonna get hit anyways, right?
Yeah.
And if there was a character with a good DP that goes a little bit forward, it's Ken.
That was he reset. Are you kidding? No, he dropped it. Are you kidding me? This is gonna give Dive and Drive another chance here to breathe. Really risky stuff. Oh, the drive rush in, the pressure, and oh my! Did he catch him jumping back? What was that?
I'm not sure. Galaxy Butter bet it all on the Dragon Lash plus frames, and Dive and Drive kind of just hit a button, it looked like, or maybe tried to hit a button and got smoked.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what that was. I didn't really see the counter hit pop up, so I'm not quite certain what that was. Oh,
he's betting it. This is game 2 Dive and Drive. He's the goon.
This is big. Dive and Drive right now going a little bit crazy, and Galaxy Butter is just applying the pressure again. The DP. So good. Cammy gets the cross up to get the corner.
Oh, that's a punish, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Very rare for the high-level Cammies to kind of autopilot into the slide like that. I think all versions are like death on block.
They are, yeah.
So I figured most of the higher level Cammies and top level Cammies would just be able to hit confirm those as like their bread and butter, rather than unfortunately buffering it out, it seemed.
Goodness, Galaxy Butter just landing every button in neutral right now. Oh, really?
Oh, no, he sent it again.
Not sure if that's what he's trying to do, if there's some sort of input error. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's kind of concerning because it's so much damage you take when you use a spiral arrow on block.
Nice.
Maybe he's not reacting well.
Oh, that was
nice.
Catch. That was so nice, but I'm not sure if it was worth the meter. We'll see. Oh, but he's moving forward. Dive and Drive does not care, but the TP, the disrespect is unreal right now, Suika. What's going on?
Yeah, he's definitely listening to the stream right now. He thought he was gonna get hit, so may as well throw the DP anyways. And it scores. Dive and Drive actually getting smoked by the last couple of wake up DPs, and it's gonna start needing to consider it.
Yeah, Dive and Drive going for another wake up DP, but works out this time for him. Gonna change up the pace, ready for the dive kick once again. The use of that EXD peak, and what's going on? Dive and Drive just giving this match up.
Oh, that's 3 bars in the back. That should be it here. Galaxy Butter actually, I asked if he was gonna surprise me, and he most certainly is. Each one of these EXDPs on dive kicks even is like a reactionary feat an old man like me could never understand.
I would like to see Dive and Drive just kind of slow down. I mean, every DP is just worth so much damage against a character like Ken. And I'm not sure if it's worth the risk or reward considering the amount of health he had. It's you know, it's really kind of sad to see Dive and Drive really giving up some of these rounds so freely.
Yeah, and gets the confirm this time. It was good the first few times where you really got to revert to game 1 where you were winning a lot of those neutral exchanges. Returning to that might be the play. And it looks like it's just gonna keep the pressure. Tick throw. Check out my frames. Oh, backdash.
Oh, yeah, that should be it. Nice. Great pressure there from Dive and Drive. Really using that drive rush stand fierce to apply pressure there, starting that O-key. And we're gonna see what the adjustment here is in neutral.
You can see a little cheeky player from Dive and Drive. Just went for the neutral jump to see if the Ken would bite with a DP. Did not, but a couple of clashes in the neutral and dive and drive's favor is going to make it. Nope, never mind. We are turning the lazy Susan around. It is my turn to play the game.
Yeah, I like this. Yeah, it's a great thing you mentioned here. Dive and drive really sometimes faking some of those dive kicks to see if he can bait out the EXDP. And
Yeah,
Galaxy Butter's been really good to not fall for that bait. Again, a DP. Goodness gracious. Dive and drive.
Yeah, every time your reaction is baited, you start to doubt. And anytime doubt is inserted, especially as a player who likes to rush down, who likes to play a little bit faster, you end up getting extra frame of delay just mentally.
Yeah, I gotta imagine spending the 2 bars here to keep 1 bar for the last round. Smart stuff there from Galaxy Butter, keeping it optimal. Drive and dive sitting on a full critical art.
Honestly, economically, I would like to spend at least 1 bar just so you can start building meter back. It irks me.
Yeah,
But having it back there is nice for the damage dump. Unfortunately, stuck in the corner, you might need to use it for something else. Nice block on the jumping light kick. 1 throw. Are we gonna go for 2?
Jab it to
Goes
throw
for 2, but it's a little early.
Yeah, no, that was great backdash there from Galaxy Butter. Really aware that
it was a backdash.
Yeah. Oh, that drops the combo. This is a big chance here. He's going to go for level 3 right away. Yes, he is. It's going to keep him in burnout right now. Dive and Drive's got a little bit of meter, but he's going to be gaining some of that bar back. So Galaxy Butter in a little bit of trouble here. Let's see if the burnout's going to make any difference here. You've got to imagine he's looking for the drive impact. Oh, no crosscut.
Yeah, it's a little scrambly in the corner there. Nice dash under. Does not have the resources to go into a super on back and forth. Gets the DP on the... He was so low to the ground, I didn't think he was going to be able to snipe that. But dive and drive, definitely going to be diving in an upwards motion to take game 4. And we're on set point.
That
once
was
again.
Beautiful, man. Dive and drive with the presence of mind, looking for the jump back, and like you said, the spacing. That must have been the furthest it could go, right? Like that was
so far.
Oh god. Nice.
Oh, another DP. I think Dive and Drive is actually very into it right now, catching a lot of these just raw jumps even. And in reverse, Galaxy Butter not DPing those dive kicks as much. Though does get the reset with the drive impact, does open up Dive and Drive on the mix here. Spends the meter.
Yeah, smart stuff to burn the bar. I think it's totally worth it. You know, even though some people might have wanted to be greedy and keep it, this is the competitive environment, man. You don't want to let your opponent give them any chances to live, especially in such a momentum-heavy game.
Oh, there we go. Back to DPs. Yeah, spend the meter. Always, if it kills with the meter and you don't need to interact one more time, just like dealing with the Honda, you don't want to interact.
Yeah.
Nice. Gets the jab, confirm into sure you can.
Oh, right now, Galaxy Butter trying to... Okay, nice. Great stuff from Dive and Drive there, too. Oh, again! We've been seeing that so much throughout the set. I don't know what he's looking for if he's just committing to the spiral arrow.
Oh! When he gets the dive kick, he has the pressure, and he doesn't respect the wake-up DP! I don't think I've seen... I think Dive and Drive was actually, like, determined to let... to take every DP. Except for a few. There were a few. But
there were a
was
few,
determined
man.
to take every DP they could because... They wanted to let them know that the DPs didn't deter them, and most certainly did not deter Dive and Drive, but unfortunately
was disrespectful, Suika. All right,
it was a lot.
There were so many in the first round, and then there were none around the middle of the set, and then it ended off with just the disrespect once again. But Galaxy Butter taking it over Dive and Drive. Great set from both of those players. Like you said, in the Doctor Strange multiverse, that could have gone either way.
Oh yeah,
but
very much
Galaxy
so.
Butter
And
coming out on top.
Galaxy Butter gonna have to prep themselves up to fight. Oh man, Mike X for the Ken Mirror. But before we can get to those hot rods driving off, we're gonna go see a couple of European beauties go at it here in the winner's side. And while I take you over there, let me ask you if you guys have clicked the Matcherino yet. Of course, Matcherino codes, they are free. They take 3 clicks. Click the link, click login, click contribute. We got 9 remaining. Surely 9 of you guys have a mouse that you can utilize to help get these guys a little bit of McDonald's in their day. And not that I'm sponsored by McDonald's, but hey, McDonald's, if you want, I will be your Big Mac.
Yeah, shout outs to Matcherino, and definitely come out and support. I believe the link is in the chat as well as on the event. I mean, it's just right on the screen as well. So shout outs to all of you who have already contributed and being a part of this World Warrior event.
Oh, I saw another one go. I saw another one.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah, we're going up there.
You seen it live? I love it.
I'm watching it live, and if you guys need more information concerning World Warrior, it's also on the Matcherino page. It really covers it all. Real OGs remember sees White Gun. Yeah, I peeked the chat. Yeah, White Gun actually an OG here. Unfortunately, no Ibuki for him to play, but is a Kami player.
Yeah, and it's a Kami player in Street Fighter 5, I believe, even though Ibuki wasn't as well as in Street Fighter 5, but
yeah, the
very talented player.
The difference between the two Ibukis was actually like night and day for some players.
Yeah,
but surely if she comes back, she will be just like old times, right? Right, Ibuki bros?
Yeah. But props to White Gun. Great showing for him. Obviously went by the name of Dive and Drive in this tournament. But, at this point, I would call White Gun a multi-generational Street Fighter player, right? He's a real OG.
I do have a criticism I'd like to make on stream. For a name like Dive and Drive, you most certainly dive, but there was not enough drive. You're gonna have to up the drive game. So I hope next time I see you here on World Warrior Canada West, I see a little more driving and just as much diving. But until then, we got winner's side to go look at, I believe, and that's gonna be Jay Wong versus Noodle, the Kami mirror.
Confirm this with me. So we got 2 Kamis and 2 Kens.
We do have 2 Kamis and we do have 2 Kens.
And that's all that's left.
So no matter what happens, losers finals is gonna be Kami versus Ken.
Yes. Wow.
We are set here. We see Jay Wong not busting out any one of his other stream characters. Nope, gonna stick with the Kami here. And again, when it's a mirror match, characters have the same tools as each other. It's gonna come down to who's better at the first interaction. And right now, Jay Wong's showing that he's the king.
Oh no, that's gonna be quite a bit of damage. Not quite it to close it, but this is the pressure from Noodle, and that's gonna be a perfect. Are you kidding me? Justin Wong. Ooh. You can see Justin's just neutral of just how he catches that crouch medium kick in the beginning of almost every round so well. But just as I say it, I curse Justin Wong with Noodle catching the crouch medium kick this time. But Justin's just neutral game is just bar none.
Old man. Can't beat the allegations. Gonna be sent to the corner and gonna use the meter to get on out. A little expensive, but you'll make it back. Oh
yeah, I tried to OS the spiral arrow there, but was just in range to actually hit. Was actually looking for a whiff punish there with a crouch medium kick instead of actually hitting her.
Oh my goodness, using the dubious amount of frames and shimmying out just a little bit back. Noodle still has a lead, but is burnt out. J1 got all the meter in the world, so one touch can lead to absolute catastrophe. And you can see J1 poking down with that crouching medium.
Yeah, go straight into the level 3, closing it out. Justin Wong taking the first match convincingly.
And yeah, you can see when Jaewong looked at the screen at that moment and said, "Oh, I win this if I just play footsies and buffer out drive rush every time." Put out crouching medium, then put out another crouching medium. It connected. He drive rushed. It was over and done with. And that's a player who can see the screen and knows his priorities.
Yeah, and you can see why Cammy really suits Justin really well in this game, right? Kind of having that low forward from his third strike days, having a bit of the dive kick pressure from his Street Fighter 4 Rufus days. But I mean, yeah, it's kind of like a great balance here for him, where it's a character where he can play offensively, but also really play neutral when he wants to and slow down the pace.
Yeah, and if anyone remembers, Jaewong definitely has the best turtle in North America when he needs to. He can frustrate you. He can keep you out with normals. And if there's a character with normals that could do it, Cammy's got them.
Yeah, Noodle just trying to apply any pressure, just trying to chase down Justin Wong.
But it's so challenges the spin knuckle.
Oh, with the stand short, and still gets the stand short into the drive rush to close it out.
it's so rough to figure out if that like standing short was just him whiffing normals or if that was an actual reaction to the spin knuckle. Because if you watch his neutral pattern, he's poking out with stand shorts. He's poking out with crouching mediums.
That whiff punish from Noodle was beautiful there. We're using the spiral arrow here, finally getting a bit of momentum of his own. But yeah. Oh, okay, back throw. No. Okay, actually, it's fine. It's Cammy. But he puts himself back in the corner. What happened? No.
Yeah, unfortunately, that hooligan didn't turn around. Or maybe he just let it rip. Thought a back tech might happen. Back tech's a thing. I forgot back tech's a thing.
Ooh, great convert there from Noodle. But no, he could have finished it there. But wanted to go for a reset. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but Justin Wong might be able to close it out with level 3.
Yeah, I think the route is just hooligan into the kicks, and then you spend some meter to finish it off.
Is that enough?
And it may have been a little bit of greed, or maybe he was just a little worried.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Noodle was actually looking really, really good throughout that set. Had a lot of good converts, got the perfect parry there on Wake Up, but just, I don't know if it was just some combo drops or some nerves or what's going on.
It could be, yeah.
Yeah, you're playing against a legendary Justin Wong. I don't know.
And it's not easy, especially in the mirror when you're to keep your nerves down. Yeah. When you're kind of up against like almost the pinnacle. That's a reference. Almost.
That's a good one. I got it.
So it may have been a variety of factors, but Noodle's gonna have to clean it up here, especially now being almost half a bar of HP down against J1.
Noodle just trying to kind of slow it down. Justin, look how much Justin's moving in neutral right now, just waiting for any whiff punish. Has the life lead. Justin's okay to lame it out.
Oh yeah, that's that turtle playstyle. He knows that. He can play with his normals better than Noodle can at the moment.
Great jump in there from Noodle. Oh, great. Another pressure, but no, that's happened so many times though. Justin Wong is holding back. And especially if you're not spacing those drills properly, Justin's just going to be able to get away. So you got to call him out on the walkbacks. You got to start going for the crouch short combos. And just to catch Justin walking.
Especially with Cammy, who, when you dive kick her, she has one of the fastest walk speeds backwards, barring Kimberly with buff. It's so hard to do a dive kick and use your plus frames for. Oh!
What? That I guess he reacted to his drive impact, but it was a later reaction, but it just punished it.
Justin, look, I'm sorry I called you an old man. Okay.
Yeah. Justin Wong with punishing drive impact with drive impact.
He's the real one. He's the real one. Great anti-air, but goes for another throw and just outspace. I think Noodle is a little frustrated right now.
There you go. Noodle with a bit of momentum. I like the use of the level 3. Oh no! Had to charge the cannon spike there. I guess he didn't charge it. So didn't get the proper connect.
He may have been rushing, and it's worrying. They will end up going into losers at this rate, but a lot to think about. It's often that you find players when they lose to a really good player that if they continue on to fight them again in the run back, they will have had time to think, would have had some great time to really process and like figure out kind of what they're doing wrong or just calm down, you know. And a great way to calm down is to take a peek over here at the World Warrior schedule from Wednesday Night Fights. Of course, the Pro Tour here going to be running on a bi-weekly schedule, it seems. I just learned. I honestly, I have eyes, but I can't read. Thank you to Bear for teaching me how to read. So you can see the schedule up here, Canada West and US West. So my American friends, you have your own bracket that you too can win some copious amount of money. I'm sure the payout's the same, $3,500 on the very top. That's a lot of moolah for first place, but even 7th place will get $300. And if you know what, I should just roll up this entire thing. 300 for 7th, 500 for 5th, 1,000 for 4th. That can't be that hard. You guys are really good, right? Well, what about 3rd? That's $1,200, $1,750 dues for 2nd place, and boom, $3,500 if you win it all. And I think it also comes with a Pro Tour invite if you win.
That's right. I believe. Yeah.
Someone can correct me again. My reading comprehension's not too amazing, but you can check out these dates here. Now, if you think you're a little bit late to the party because you missed week 1, that's okay. The point system is actually quite good in these circuit style tournament series. You just got to beat the people who won last time. And you know what, guys? I have faith in you. You can do it. Currently, we can see what the point leaderboard is here for the Canada West with Lucy, Carlos at 8th and 7th with their 20 points. West Dance and Dive and Drive with 25. And as we go up, we'll see how many points first place takes. First place is going to get a lot of points, and that's going to cement them a lead. But they might not make it if they get like shut out 4 times in a row. You never know. That's all up to you guys.
That's right. We were talking about how this game is still quite young, right? So as the months move on, this is a multi-week series, a multi-month series with the finals being November 8th here for Canada West, I believe. We're going to see a lot of the matchups evolve. We're going to see a lot of players possibly pick up other characters. It's going to be quite interesting to see the evolution of the bracket, especially regionally. You know, of course, there's the US West bracket, and then there is the Canada West bracket, which is what we're running right now. And I'm absolutely stoked to see it. I mean, it's crazy that we got Justin Wong here as an honorary Canadian living here in Vancouver. He's been living here for the last little while.
He does need the extra moolah because rent here in Vancouver is just as bad as it is in any metropolitan city. So best of luck to Justin to be able to make that side cash, that pocket cash. We know everyone's gonna need it, but speaking of making some side cash, I'm gonna need to make some side cash right now. So bear with me as we go on break for just a little bit before we head over to loser semis.
Welcome back to the Wednesday Night Fights World Warrior. We are talking all about Canada West Coast. My name is Beirudi. I am joined by the great Wika, and we are here in loser semis, man. How you feeling?
It's you can see it on my face. It's not the light, that's my sweat. It's been way too hot. These sets have been way too hot, and it's only gonna get hotter because we're gonna have a Ken mirror coming up here in losers semis. Winner of this is gonna fight the Cammy waiting in losers finals, and then of course we're gonna figure out if we're getting another Cammy mirror or if it's gonna be Ken versus Cammy, and that's kind of gonna set the pace for how Canada West is gonna be, considering this top 8 was the 3 Cammys and the 2 Kens, you know?
That's right, yeah. We did see a lot of Cammys and Kens throughout this top 8 bracket, and it's interesting to see kind of the development of the meta. You know, we were talking a lot about the fact that there's no JPs in this set. We're not a lot of DJs here in Canada. I don't know what's going on. I feel like Canadians just have the type of characters that they like and they stick to them. But as we said, you know, this series is going to go on for a few months, and we might see some development here. We might see some counter picks because money is on the line. We got points on the line, and you know that I believe there's a CPT placement on the line. I don't know. We're going to confirm all that, but
yeah, there is a lot on the line. You can all check it out at you can check it out at Matcherino. That's !Matcherino if you want to check that out. But before while you do that, click the link and then move on with us as we move into loser semis. It's Ken versus Ken. It's gonna be Mike X versus Galaxy Butter. Galaxy Butter, of course, the person I couldn't find anything about, but is showing to me that they got the chops more than I could ever imagine to have myself.
Yeah, I mean, you got to imagine this matchup is going to be, you know, coast to coast. Really, that neutral is going to determine who's going to end up with the corner pressure. And like you said, Galaxy Butter has been having a great showing this tournament, but Mike X has been so aggressive and offensive. And I'm just super curious to see how this mirror match plays out.
Yeah, I think if I were to judge it just on a surface level, I like Mike X overall. Yeah. Just with he has better Oki choices. I think his neutral is just a little bit stronger. Ooh. And he has opted to show some cool counterplay. So we're gonna see if Galaxy Butter knows better in the mirror, because if there's something that you need to know when you're playing a character that's strong, it's how do you pilot in the mirror. Mike X burnt out, and Galaxy Butter has an opportunity to kind of aggress.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, you don't want to be too overly aggressive when your opponent's burnt out, because sometimes they just want you to go in, but Galaxy Butter getting a hit here, gonna get that corner pressure here, gonna have to think about the drive impact. Nice, gets Mike X. Oh, just as we said it earlier, that should be enough to do it. Gonna burn some bar? No. Greedy, no, this is not good.
Yeah, we've seen Galaxy Butter opt for a lot more throw baiting as Oki tools. We saw it there. He did a hard shimmy. Cannot react to the drive impact on block.
Not like this. Galaxy Butter had that round, did not want to spend any more resources, and that's going to cost him. I mean, we talk about that a lot in this game. You gotta finish your meal. This game is way too momentum based, and you never want to give your opportunity for your opponent to ever come back.
Yeah, when it comes to spending meter, sometimes you think you're familiar with the route and how it's gonna go, and then you kind of misjudge it. In tournament play, when things are on the line, always routing into meter just to secure the meal, just to secure the bag, always a thought that you should have in the back of your head. And now because of that, Mike X is gonna be running it down, and Galaxy Butter is not gonna get to use a single bit of meter.
Mike X, I mean, with a few little drops there, wasn't super optimal, but was still able to find the hits so easily on Galaxy Butter. The corner pressure just too strong.
I like that, using the fireball and then gonna use the drive rush to continue your pressure as your opponent parries. It's
a common tactic from Ken players, right, to kind of keep their opponent held down there in neutral. So, you know, Ken does have a very slow fireball, a very easy fireball to actually jump over, but I mean, it's easier said than done against someone with solid fundamentals.
Yeah, ooh, backdash to get out of the throw. And yeah, Galaxy Butter really in tune with these throw mind games.
No
Does
punish.
not sweep the sweep.
Yeah, could have even gotten a crouch medium kick from there, actually. I think it was in range to get a crouch medium kick punish, but no answer here. Here comes the pressure from Mike X. Galaxy Butter trying to fight to get out. No. Ready for the shimmy and the stand short into drive rush throw.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah, those are the Oki mind games there. When you're trying to play around strike throw as the Oki, and you tried to strike and they struck you first because they got the meaty. Mike X now has the corner, has this. We're seeing a similar situation as before. The jump out gets the hit, cannot land the full confirm. Was just a little bit too far after that crouching jab.
Yeah, I tried to get the stand jab into Shoryuken, but that's gonna hurt him a lot here. Mike X sitting in burnout, but just gonna be opting to block here. Oh, the overhead.
Hit.
Oh, the plus frames. Yeah, Mike X can super through this, but opting to respect. Wow, the regular DP to trade.
Yeah, honestly, the trade's not bad, especially when you have a life lead. And I think it's okay to take those plus frames in that chip when you have such a big life lead. Galaxy Butter still has to like make a play happen. Oh, the crouching medium goes over or goes under, and they whiff in the moonlight sky, and no one gets hit until Mike X confirms the win. Oh man, these games are going too fast for me.
Yeah, Mike X just really controlling the pace very well right now. I mean, he was your pick going into this round, but it goes to show why he just really knows how to apply pressure with Ken. And you know, like I was saying earlier this tournament, he just seems so annoying to fight against, and I mean that in the biggest compliment that I can. Look at the backdash there. Calls out the throw. Are you kidding?
Yeah, that's when you know you have a read on your opponent's head.
Oh, he gives it right back to him. Galaxy Butter says, I could do it too.
Great jump too.
Yeah, we were talking about the Hadouken being a little bit slow. Ken's one of the easiest to jump over, so if you're ready for it, that should be enough. No, doesn't want to burn any meter. I think he could have gone into level 2, but no, it's just enough. Galaxy Butter holding on to his meter, getting his first round.
Yeah, I think Galaxy Butter really prefers to have that full stock coming into game 2, because he's opted twice now, and probably more, we might just not remember, to just hold that meter. Great throw tech.
Nice. Wow, great whip punish there with the crouch roundhouse. Oh,
another hard bait on the throw is just gonna lose your turn for you. At some point, you just gotta bet it and say, I don't think you're gonna do anything. I'm gonna hit you with a button.
Oh, but he was still airborne there. Tried to get the crouch jab punish, but here comes Mike X. Not gonna burn anything here. Yeah, just gonna try to save it. That's it. Wow, yeah, the punish counter throw, so much damage.
Yeah, it's looking bad for Galaxy Butter. It is set point for Mike X. He needs to make something happen. He saved this meter. It's time for him to find a way to use it. Gets the overhead. A little too far away to crouch jab, so...
Man, he's been getting hit by all of those Jinrais. You gotta be careful. I'd like to see the use of a parry or something. But it seems like that block string, you know, Galaxy Butter's always pressing some sort of button. And that exchange, great throw. Nice, I love the use of the back throw there. Gets the corner. Both players still sitting on 3 bars of meter. And look at this, Mike X drive rush into back throw for himself.
Oh, a bar throw? Did he whip his throw? I think if you watch the replay on that one, Galaxy Butter actually had a tick throw, but was just a little too short. And now he's going to take it to the chin, take it to the abdomen.
Yes, and Mike X taking it 3-0 over Galaxy Butter. God, the Ken mirror is crazy. I don't know how you Ken players do it. It's too stressful.
It's something you're gonna have to get used to too, because there's just gonna be so many Ken players. Ken, of course, that really approachable character with good tools that anyone can really pick up and go to, more so than Ryu in some cases. I'm sorry, Air. It's just how it is. I know how you talk about Ryu too. It's just how it is.
And then where it hurts. Yeah, I mean, I still think Ryu's got some potential in this game, but just with the dominance of Ken, yeah, just Mike X showing us how ready he is for so many matchups throughout this bracket. And we're going to see him go up against Noodle here in losers finals. So that's going to be the Cammy versus Ken matchup. Noodle had a great showing all tournament, just lost to Justin Wong's Cammy in the mirror, but I really think he's got all the tools to bring it back. He's been looking so strong and so solid, just had a few little drops there against Jay Wong, and this is going to be a good one.
He's a little bit of time to think it over. Sometimes you're just, the shell shock doesn't last too long when you're playing in winners finals, and you really pull yourselves back up, right? So we're going to see if Noodle is capable of doing that. I hope so, because if there was a matchup where you needed to be clear mind and ready to play, it's this one. Now, I believe if I look at the TO Discord right now, Noodle just had a little bit of a hiccup with his program. He's gonna relaunch, and we're gonna get back into it.
Yep.
But it's just gonna take a moment, really, like a smidgen of time. So I'd just like to thank you guys here in the chat for hanging out with us. Shouts to you guys, and shouts to you guys for also hitting those codes. I'm going to go check on it right now, because last I checked, it was at 8 codes left. It was at 9 codes, and then someone clicked it when we were looking at it. But I check it right now. Just a little sneak peek, and we got 3 remaining. That's so close.
That's
and
awesome.
That's all because of you guys. So I'm sure some 3 people are gonna click that link at some point, but we're gonna give you a little bit of a reminder in a little bit. So I hope you're not annoyed, but you will be.
And you know, shout outs to the World Warrior and the Wednesday Night Fights team, to Valle, to Andrew, who's holding it down here in the streamer setup, man. Like, you're just making this happen, for giving Canada West Coast some time to shine here. We got some talented players here, and it's just so great to be a part of the Wednesday Night Fights family, and to show some of the talented players we have here playing Street Fighter 6 that are only getting better as time goes on. So, you know, huge love to you guys for letting us be a part of this.
So I decided to review the bracket from earlier. We do not stream the pool, but we only stream the top 8. So to recall this bracket, Mike X actually lost to Dive and Drive. White Gun lost to a Cammy, and we're gonna see if Noodle can reignite that PTSD there in that matchup. Noodle themselves also beat Galaxy Butter to make it in on the winner's side even. So Noodle has won against Ken in this bracket, probably more. I don't know all the characters in here, though. If you give me a day to analyze every player, I'm sure I could stalk them enough to find out.
No, thank you for looking that up. Very interesting to see the story of this West Coast bracket. But here we go. Mike X versus Noodle. We're in losers finals here, and it's Ken versus Cammy.
Now, as I said earlier, Mike X I did like over Galaxy Butter. So we're gonna see if Noodle can adapt to the differences between the Kens, because they played like 2 different Kens, and Mike X is most certainly playing like he is sitting in 45-degree weather.
Yeah, Mike X is just feeling himself right now. I feel like he is on a roll, gets the throw loops in the corner. Noodle with no room to breathe. That's first round from Mike X.
And it's suffocating. You have those good normals to really keep out Ken, but sometimes it's not enough, especially when you're kind of putting normals out to scare them, and you whiff, and he says, nope, go time. Yeah. Go time.
Just as you said it, right on cue right there, Suika. I love it. Yeah, right and now I love. Notice the amount that Mike X is just holding back, and how his back movement here, just spacing out Cammy, has been so good in neutral. Something that just really caught on with him. Oh, that's way too far for the level 1. Great punish here from Noodle. Here's the corner pressure. Mike X burnt out. Gonna be a little scary.
That crouching heavy punch was so plus, but Mike X finds an Abari opportunity, crosscut DP, but we're out of the corner. That's okay.
Oh no, level 3, no. Got a little bit of chip damage there. Oh no, Mike X actually could have comboed into level 3. Gonna go for chip.
And that's chip, yeah! I didn't think it was gonna chip, but here we are. I don't know math.
No, it does a little good chunk there, man. The level 3s hurt. That was great awareness there from Mike X. I think he could have finished it from the first combo, but wasn't quite sure. He might have just gotten to level 3 at the end of it.
All right, a little bit of a tick throw here after the Jinrai kick. Use those plus frames to obscure your plan, and throw is definitely better than some random combo you could take. Oh, the spiral actually takes you towards the corner. Ooh.
Oh, yeah, Mike X is so good at that. He loves to jump out of the corner. You gotta be aware of it here. Can Noodle finish out here? Yes, he can. Level 1. Yes, just enough to do it. Great awareness there, spending all the bar to close it out. Totally worth it.
Yeah, and you're really only 1 bar down. You're gonna make that back up throughout the progression of this game. Great punish.
Oh, try to do it again.
Yeah,
just out of range the second time.
Yeah, you just gotta judge on the spot, and sometimes it's really hard. Go time, throw back into the corner. And he's been using, Mike X rather, has been using that drive rush pretty liberally. I've noticed as like the lifespan of this game has gone on, people are not afraid of putting themselves in burnout as long as it's their, like, under their own terms.
Absolutely. No, burnout is obviously it's a scary situation to be in, but it's really worth it if it means great positioning. And as you said, we see a lot of players just putting themselves into burnout if it means good pressure and good offense.
Oh, what a challenge! Saw the leg go up and punched him in the side of the knee.
Oh my god, the delayed little cannon drill there. So tricky. Oh, Mike X could have actually closed it out there, but did not want to burn any meter. If you could survive this round without spending a bar, it'd be a huge victory here for Mike X. Oh, the drive rush into throw, that should do it.
Yeah, it's so hard to think about the drive. The minimum distance you have to run is a little spooky, but the throw is just such a strong tool. You're never truly ready for it. You think holding back is enough, and it might not be in that great anti-air DP.
I mean, yeah, the drive rush into, jab or drive rush into throw is one of the best 50-50s in Street Fighter 6, right?
It's strike or throw!
Yeah.
Gonna keep this pressure here with a dash up throw.
Oh, I love it. So good, he can close it out. Yeah, this should be enough. And Noodle taking a beautiful drive impact right on wake up. A lot of players talking about how hard that is to see, right? Because a lot of people are saying that if you drive impact on wake up against your opponent, they need to get the reversal timing. Not only do they need to see the drive impact, they need to get the reversal timing for the drive impact to be able to get it. So
yeah, I don't think
it's a very difficult tool to deal with, even though it doesn't seem that way.
I'm not 100% sure because I haven't dealt with it personally, or I've successfully dealt with it rather. But it might just come down to seeing it and opting to use your meter instead, rather than trying to drive rush it back. I'm not 100% sure on that, but you can buffer things out. So hopefully that becomes a play people think about when put in those situations, because we see it a lot actually.
It is, yeah.
Block strings into drive impact, or resets into drive impact. Great confirmed here from Mike X. Gonna keep that pressure.
Yeah. Wow, Noodle trying to use drive impact defensively there. Mike X couldn't really answer back because he just got his meter back from burnout. And he puts himself in burnout right away, doesn't care. Wow, what a confirm there. Yeah, not going to be quite enough here. One more mix-up away, but he's got to be careful. Is Chip going to do it? He's got to respect the level 1. Level 1 or level 2 right now, and that's exactly why I didn't keep going. And the crouch medium kick so well spaced. Noodle closing it out.
Yeah, it actually could have ended earlier. Noodle had almost the sickest spacing trap of my life.
Yeah, there it is again. It's so good. No, didn't get the cannon spike afterwards.
Nice tag. Gonna make his way out. He's just gonna walk forward and put the leg in her face.
Yeah, that was so smart. Mike X is so good at adjusting because he knows that Noodle was looking for the jump out, because Mike X has been jumping out so much, but instead he just walked forward. He said, let me get out of the corner by just walking forward, but here comes Noodle.
But you really gotta think about it. Mike X has been jumping out of the corner a lot this entire top 8. So to be able to, or to be forced to walk forward and choose a different option, does he catch it?
Yeah, caught the drive rush coming in. It's gonna be a nice late lead, and he's gonna be burnt out here. What's the mix up from Mike X? Oh, this is so scary. That's it. It's gonna be enough to close out the round. Mike X, so good.
I think Noodle tried to up forward, but the situation was just too negative to do so.
Yeah.
Because jumping is definitely one of the options, but it's dubious. Definitely dubious.
Yeah, I mean, if you drive rush into a normal, I don't even know if jumping is an option unless it's super is pretty much your only option once you're burnt out. So it depends on how plus you really are in that situation. It's a very scary situation to be in. You got to be really good at buffering those supers in this game, especially when you're burnt out.
And Noodle finally getting some success with those EX dive kicks at the feet and getting the tick throw from there, burning themselves up, but that's okay. Jumping twice, not afraid, and he bets the house. He bets the farm, and that's why he's homeless in this game.
Oh, God. Suika, why you gotta hit him where it hurts? Goodness gracious. Here you go. 2-1 for Noodle. What an adjustment. What a set. Both players playing so solid right now, but Noodle just surviving in there, baiting out those DPs, DPing himself right there.
Yeah, Noodle actually rotating around the defensive options that he has for this matchup well enough that Mike X seems to be having trouble grasping at what reversal choices are being made and not punishing as hard as they were in the earlier matchups. If you recall, Dive and Drive was kind of a psycho.
And speaking of psychos, Mike X just letting it rip again. That's going to cause him to die.
Yeah,
Oh,
I respect
man.
it, but unfortunately it did not work out. It is what it is. Noodle feels like he's got the pace of the game completely. What a check with the standing short! Gets him again!
Come
Yeah.
on. Noodle is on fire right now, but here you go, Mike X. Imagine he's gonna get the corner swap here. Yes, he does. Gonna get the corner pressure. And Noodle already almost burnt out. Goes for the level 1, builds a bit of meter back. I love it there from Mike X. So optimal.
Oh, wait, was that an intentional drop? I'm gonna get the reset here.
Possibly. Into level
And
1.
spends it.
I don't know if that's enough. No.
Just barely not. Check my plus frames. You didn't respect them. You're -4. Now check more plus frames. Good check.
Yeah, right now, Mike can't really do anything, too. He got no meter. He's got no meter. That's it. That's it. Oh, God. Noodle. Taking it 3-1. Mike X was out of there.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing with
I love it.
Wake
I love
up
it so much.
with wake up shenanigans dealing with strike and throw. Throw would have beaten that anyways. So putting out the normal like that was a lot of a risk. Maybe was thinking something else. Maybe thought that it was gonna be a shimmy. That would have been crazy, but Noodle definitely had the momentum, had the pace, had everything really going their way. And after that, that second game, that first game, second game, it just looked like they were on the entire way through.
Yeah. Oh, man. That was such a good set. Looks like we have a Cami mirror here in the grand finals. So curious to see what adjustments Noodle is going to make against Mr. Justin Wong. But it looks like we're going to take a very quick break. But before we do, let's take a quick look at our schedule here for the Wednesday Night Fights World Warrior here. This is a bi-weekly series here in Canada West Coast. So shout out to the Wednesday Night Fights family for putting Canada on the map and letting us do this and letting us be a part of this journey. As you guys could see, every other week we're going on and on until the finals on November 8th.
Yeah, and it's going to be a good time. Of course, we've spoken about the payout multiple times, so I'll just give you the quick rundown of the numbers. 3,500 for the top, and winning 300 for placing 7th. It's a lot to make. And if you're scared of missing out on week 1 and not having enough points, trust me, a circuit is the other 4 weeks will be enough to make those points up. All you gotta do is participate and give it your all and land pretty well. If you can topple over some of these players right now, surely the tables will turn and you will be the ones in the money. And that's really all we're hoping for, being in the money coming by November 8th, which will be our top 8 here in Canada West.
That's right. So we got grand finals coming up in just a little bit. Do not go anywhere because we'll be right back here for the World Warrior grand finals. Justin Wong versus Noodle.
Crown and a smile. All the things I've been through, I'm alive. Yeah, it might sound crazy, but I know it. I gotta keep going. On and I don't stop. Cause you know I'm survivalist, heroic as a tiger is. Earn my stripes cause you know I'm do or die with this. Journey started young, super hard-headed. Call me crazy, but you was not my psychiatrist. Been through a lifetime of strife and struggling. be the best, that's my covenant. And I'ma live forever, that's my legacy. Greatest of all time, that's what they gon' label me. Put in work, I did my part. They like, keep on going cause you got hard. They know that I'm non-stop, I keep on pushing forward. Highly motivated, they try to say I'm overrated. If you from where I'm from, you're not supposed to make it. The opportunities arise, so I gotta take it. Too many people in my corner, so I gotta make it. I'm in it for the love of winning, spot of all the hatred. They gon' say what they gon' say regardless. Not afraid to fail, I try my hardest. Power up, the time is now, I got this. I'm on fire like the darkness. I'm ready for a fight when it's on its own. I'm charging like a bull when it's on its own.
Welcome back to World Warrior Canada West. Here we're going into grand finals between Jaewong and Noodle, a run back. I'm Suika, joined by Bay Rudy, a classic god of commentary here in Canada.
Oh, thank you. Why you selling me up right now, man? I gotta PayPal you all this money for all these props you've been giving me, all these shout outs. But that's right, man. Grand finals here for the Canada West Coast World Warrior, man. Part of Wednesday Night Fights. We're damn hype to have Justin Wong here to be an honorary Canadian, but we've got a Cammy mirror with Justin Wong versus Noodle. You know, we just saw an incredible set between Noodle and Mike X. The Cammy versus Ken was such a slobber knocker, but we're going to see if Noodle can get his run back against Jaewong. Jaewong's just been looking so solid all tournament. The neutral has been too strong. All the confirms, all the cheap stuff. Justin Wong, we might have to deport you if you keep winning these tournaments, but we'll talk about that another time.
I mean, with the money they're about to win at the end of this series of tournaments.
Suika, you've been talking about nothing but the money. All right?
I need the money. I should be participating in these tournaments myself, but I don't have the skill of these players right now. So they're going to have to teach me through giving us a great show.
Let's go here. Grand finals, Justin Wong versus Noodle. Let's go.
So we did see Noodle kind of get hit and falter around. We're not sure that they were a little shaky in the matchup, but Jaewong actually aggressing. He is the player playing red deck wins right now.
Oh, here comes Noodle with a bit of pressure of his own. Oh god.
Great DP. Keeping that corner position is way more important than the damage you take on that
tried
trade.
to level 1 there, but no, Noodle ready for it.
Oh. All right, gonna keep the corner position, check out my plus frames. Unfortunately, you needed to super that, and he did have to meet it to super it. He actually had to jump it. Noodle recognizing and blows him up for it. First round goes to Noodle.
Yeah, I believe the name up top is wrong right now, but it is Noodle versus Justin Wong, not Mike X, but Noodle just made such an adjustment here so far.
And Jaewong calming down now. We saw him, he gooned out a little bit. Now we're playing a little more of that control blue. Hey, we wake up DP. The drive rush gauges are not looking too hot on both players. Great whip punish.
We saw that their first set. Justin Wong with the stand roundhouse of his own, always getting that whiff punish. I feel like he's 100% with that.
Yeah, I mean, I remember playing with some of the Street Fighter OGs, and I just couldn't figure out how they were so good at whiff punishing. But that's a story for another time, because we're currently watching a movie, the execution of Jaewong Game 1 going to Noodle.
Yeah, so good. What an adjustment. Exactly what I was thinking, because he was looking so solid their first set, but was just dropping a lot of those combos. So I'm wondering if that set he just had with Mike X is kind of helping him warm up here and getting ready for this Jaewong pressure, but we'll see.
Yeah. Or even
sure, are you kidding me? Noodle.
Yeah, or even like the first game was just nerves, and he's had that already. It's time for him to have his turn to play and not drop the situations. He's been playing pretty clean in that game 1. Now gonna relent a little bit, back off, but he has such a big life lead. He can choose to play that way.
Wow, the dive kick just hitting
on
clean.
This man.
Justin Wong says, "Get off of me. Give me the corner back," but he's backing away. Justin Wong knows he's got a pretty big life deficit here. And
what a great TP!
He was ready for it. Come on. That was the first time Jaewong did that round.
I think Noodle partook in a little bit of the 5-hour energy, because he is on it right now. His eyes are awake. Oh, tough boot in face.
Yeah, using that stand medium kick to just check the drive rushes. Really good stuff there from Jaewong.
Didn't buffer out the drive rush.
Short again. Look at this, Noodle. What's going on? Someone check this man. He's angry or something.
Are we sure Jaewong's not playing for Noodle right now? Because this is a complete reversal of what we saw on the winner's side. And Noodle is insanely on fire.
Calls him out with the EXDP. Are you kidding me? Noodle is up already 2 games to nothing here. Close to resetting the bracket.
Now, I was going to talk about like the meta and how playing in a way that exhausts your opponent before the reset is viable. But with the pace that this is going, Noodle might be able to keep it up for another set if Jaewong can't slow him down and really start wearing at his reserves.
Yeah, the use of the stand short right now from Noodle has been so impressive, actually. It's been a button that's been getting him a lot of mileage here in some of these pokes. Wow, really? Calls it out with the drive impact here, but Justin Wong managing to get out with the jabs.
Yeah, a little bit of a bar. I never hurt anyone. That's why our tournament series in Vancouver is called that.
Oh, just
a little bit of pressure.
Nice.
And, yeah, it was just a little too far away. Of course, Cammy with that walk back speed. And Noodle says it's my turn to send it.
Yes, Noodle is playing like a madman right now, and I love it.
Interesting jump forward. Unfortunately, gonna get chucked by Jaewong, and Jaewong might be able to put himself on the board here after one more interaction, but Noodle, playing the way he has been, might be the one to snipe the whiff punish. We don't know. A little bit of back and forth.
Yeah, Justin Wong is okay to just sit here. He's got the life lead, but no, gets checked on the drive rush. That's gonna be, just barely enough. The DP Noodle ready for it.
Yeah, and when it comes to using your HP as a resource, that's most certainly one, but not when your HP is about 0.
Stand short there. Didn't get. Oh yeah, he tried to go for the throw reset there, but Noodle just mashing out the DP. Has been working out so well for him throughout the set.
Huge throw. Jaewong gets the pressure. Good parry, but unfortunately wasn't perfect.
Yeah, I mean, parry doesn't change any of the frame data really, right? Unless you get the perfect parry to punish. I mean, you still got to respect the drive rush in stand heavy.
Oh, the shimmy! Using these dive kicks and making space. Hasn't gone for a dive kick tick throw yet. And is instead really punished Jaewong for trying to check those. Oh, but Jaewong finally gets to play. Gets the charge DP into level 3. It's not critical art, but it's gonna be damage.
He had no real option here, right? Noodle is on set points, so he had to burn the meter. A lot of, some people might argue that he should have maybe gone for a corner switch there, but he just wants to cash out on the damage. But Noodle is one confirm away from his own level 3, but great anti-air from Jaewong. The presence of mind. So aware. I don't know. Jaewong just doesn't age.
Yeah, that almost went the other way. Noodle had 2 crouching jabs. Tried to get the stand short into the super, but unfortunately was a little too far away. Jaewong, though, able to clutch it out.
Yeah, Noodle sitting on 3 bars a meter, though. Is he going to use it right away? No, doesn't want to.
I wonder if the Oki is just worse on the meter usage. I can never tell, but it's going to go for it now. And gets a nice little confirm specifically for the corner with a dive kick, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, there's going to be a bit more pressure after this. Let's see. Oh, just a drive rush here.
And he takes the set with a perfect Noodle. able to recover from losing the last round and finish it quickly for the reset.
My goodness, Noodle is just, someone's got to check this guy's controller or something. I don't know what's going on here. That was such a reversal there. 3-0 against Justin Wong. We are still in grand finals, resetting the bracket, but what a change of pace. You know, Noodle just opting to go for a lot of reversal DPs, really just challenging a lot of Justin Wong's far pokes with a standing short now, because Justin Wong loves to use that stand roundhouse and crouch medium kick confirm from full screen. So Noodle opting to just stay outside that range and just punish with stand short.
Speaking of punishes, gonna get the punish in the drive rush. If we're talking about reversals though, Jaewong was most certainly shipping them to the moon throughout that last set. So, and I wonder if that's kind of like a mind game implanted thought that it's gonna come out here.
Yeah.
Jaewong though, resetting.
Jaewong loves that stand medium kick. Oh my goodness, it's so scary every time I see it.
It's a good normal, man.
Yeah. I feel like Cammy can like stand fierce or something against that. Oh.
Ooh.
Get through to Justin. Nice, good rate confirmed here. Got the corner pressure. What? A delayed uppercut? Are you kidding me, Noodle?
That's the layers, man. You know that they're gonna send the DP. They'll DP a little bit later after they're done baiting. Jaewong though takes round 1, and the pace has slowed down considerably.
Yeah, both players opting to respect each other here. A lot of neutral. You can see, nice. Wow, just ready for the anti-air here.
Great DP, man.
Yeah. Ooh, backdash. Oh, look at that Noodle trying to go for the back throw there to just swap the corner positioning, but Justin Wong ready for it.
Oh, they're getting some standing medium kicks of his own, and a whip punish in the drill. Tries to shimmy a throw, but Jaewong doesn't bite.
Oh,
great reaction.
For that. He's gonna flip sides here, or he's gonna just burn the meter. Yeah, it's gonna go for the level 3. I mean, why not? He's gonna be so close to death.
Yeah, and when the situation is drive rush into throw or drive rush into strike, it's gonna be hard to deal with. Oh, doesn't even drive rush. Goes for the dive kick to challenge something. Noodle, unfortunately, gonna be losing game 1 here to Jaewong on the reset.
So
a dangerous
that spacing check. That spacing check with that stand short, so good. Justin Wong just ready to challenge.
Yeah, we've seen Jaewong kind of adjust, was able to grab some really good whip punishes on dive kicks, actually. So Noodle's gonna have to start regulating when they choose a dive kick, walks into a crouching medium kick. It'd be like that sometimes, but sends it back.
Yeah, Noodle with a call out once again. Just does not want to deal with any of the pressure, says get off of me, and we're back to neutral.
Had a solid challenge, but unfortunately just could not confirm the combo. Does get the corner though.
Oh, yeah, ready for the jump back in the corner.
Yeah, it's funny, actually thinking, because as Cammy as a character, you can't dive kick on the jump back. You gotta jump forward, right? Or jump neutral?
You do, yeah, you do have to jump. You cannot jump back and dive kick, yeah. You can't even neutral jump. You have to be a forward jump. Oh boy.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure going on right now. It's a
oh
little bit
boy,
scary.
Look at Justin's style. I love this. Once he feels a little bit good on meter, but Noodle getting the opening. I was about to say that Justin just loves to make that space and says, hey, you come to me. I'm just going to react to what you're going to do, and I'm going to punish you.
Okay, one throw here. Noodle just going to need to finish the game, and that's the round.
Yeah, the meaty stands strong to take it there. Noodle doing a great job finding openings here. Oh, just a little too early. Yeah, just a little bit off the spacing.
And honestly, the meaty drive impacts have been paying off dividends, but unfortunately, getting a little exhausted, a little tired, missing your timings, it's gonna cost you.
Oh,
two jacks, reacts.
Oh, okay. Justin Wong wanting to keep his meter. I think he could have gotten a bit more damage off that, but still okay with it. That's going to close it out for Justin Wong. Both players sitting with 3 bars of meter here going into the last round.
I think Jaewong has noticed that Noodle is definitely okay to put out those DPs, and is just gonna punish him for putting it out there. Gonna use the meter early, get the damage, and start building up more meter. All positives in my book.
Yeah, no, I love it. I mean, there's a chance that he might be able to gain another meter throughout this round, and if he's burnt out, that extra bar of meter is everything in this game when you're burnt out. Oh, the
Great
crouch.
whiff on it.
Strong whiff, but we've seen Noodle do that a lot. No! He didn't
Missed that
charge
confirmed twice now.
Yeah, he didn't charge the cannon spike. Again, he has to hold it down to be able to make sure that the level 3 is low enough to convert off of. Oh no, Jimmy! Here comes Noodle.
It all started with a jump over, and Jaewong sends it. Was able to punish Jaewong in the last set for a great dash or drive rush into DP. Challenges. It's not gonna kill, but it's gonna be close. And Noodle does have a little bit left in the tank to drive rush again. Needs to be careful. Jaewong approaches, and Jaewong does approach, but approaches into a crouching medium punch into death. It's 1-1 here in the grand finals reset.
What was he looking for? Was he in chip range, or did he actually just option select that out of the range, just hoping that Justin Wong was gonna walk into it? Such impressive stuff there from Noodle, really getting a lot of mileage from that crouch strong in this matchup.
Oh wow, wake up, walk forward, throw. If you're tired of getting shimmied in your life, just wake up, walk forward, throw. They can't shimmy you if you chase them.
Oh, he got the damage from Justin. Gets the throw pressure here.
Just needs one more. And Noodle knows that he only needs one more.
Looking for the jump.
Great reaction.
Oh, not enough. He doesn't have enough health to take it. Great stuff there. Justin must have been aware of that.
Oh man, I wouldn't have been aware. I would have done the same thing as Noodle.
Yeah,
I would have felt so.
I'm not
so
smart
good.
enough for that.
I'd have been there like, yes, I beat the old man reaction test, and then die for him. Like, oh. All right, Jaewong gets the first blood here. Gonna push towards the corner. Dive kick for dive kick, but Noodle comes out on top.
It's interesting to see how both players differ in their pressure, where Justin Wong likes to do a lot of wake-up jab pressure as Cammy, where Noodle just kind of goes for the standard, you know, crouch fierce sort of frame traps race plus. Justin tries to kind of get information from the frame traps. Oh, here you go.
And here we go again. And Justin has landed this twice now. Able to calmly do, honestly, the charge DP part is a little bit worrying when you're in a rush.
Yeah, Noodle had almost no other option there, but Justin looking really healthy right now. Wow, the spin knuckle to trade, and Justin Wong going up 2-1 in this set, making that adjustment.
Noodle actually had the right reaction to challenge, but unfortunately, twice now just has not had the HP to trade in that regard. Nice, calls it the walk back with the crouching medium, but couldn't really get anything off of it. Or was it the crouching light? I couldn't tell you. It's too quick for me.
Yeah, I mean, that's really what we've been seeing a lot of, right? Cammy players love using their walk speed and really holding that back button down to just make space, especially dealing with all these pressures. But look at this, the infinite.
Oh, I'm just gonna get hit in the air, set Noodle, and then come right back. Actually making so much good use out of this burnout time by being able to take the pressure. Supers through.
Noodle just turning that butter, getting that level 1, and Justin Wong gonna need to get out of the situation. But look at this, Noodle's just gonna stay calm, says, hey, I got a huge life lead, you come to me. You're in the corner.
Yeah, and this life got a hit, but it's not good enough to link. Great tech, 48 seconds remains, and Noodle can just chill out if he wanted to. The turtler gets turtled on, so to speak. Triple jab, make my time, walk back into the poke.
He's catching Justin Wong walking a lot, and that's why we saw the drive rush into crouch short, because that's a great way to check someone who's moving back a lot, is to do a drive rush into crouch short into a crouch jab confirm. And Noodle is starting to pick up on those kind of habits from Justin Wong.
Ooh.
Oh, the wake up again. Noodle, you're a madman. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, spending those resources, though, you don't have a lot. You are up the round, so it might be okay. You'll build it up. But taking a meteor like that, this round's not going to last much longer.
Smart stuff there from Justin, burning 1 bar, keeping 2 for the next round. He knew he had to spend some resources there to close that out.
Yeah, he still has the meteor advantage in this case, so if he wants to push for damage, it's going to be a lot shorter to do so than it would be for Noodle. Okay.
Okay. Comes Noodle with a corner pressure. Wow, the little delay there. Just stared at his face and then did the delayed crouch jab. Really good option to do a delayed crouch jab against people who like the reversal a lot. So Noodle was just respecting the reversal option, but still wanted the pressure. But here comes Justin.
He's burnt out. He's stuck in the corner. He has to be careful for what's about to happen.
Yeah,
and
not again. Oh, the reset, Justin Wong. That should be it. into level 3?
It's got to be it. Yeah, Noodle ended up calling out a drive impact instead of reacting. It's hard to do. I'm not here to give him heck about it. That stuff's hard to do. But unfortunately, when you bet like that, you lose it all sometimes. That's just the nature of the gamble. Good games to both players. Well played by Noodle into the reset, and then a great set by both coming into this reset finals. But Jae Wong is gonna take it, and he's gonna collect all those points coming out of week 1 here.
So solid, man. So solid.
Good
Justin
play.
Wong
Great
making the
play.
adjustment. We saw how strong Noodle. I don't know if that was a 3-0 in the loser side when they were in grand finals, when he reversed the bracket. I mean, Noodle was on fire at a certain point. And it just goes to show.
Noodle's nuts.
Yeah, it goes to show how intelligent of a player Justin Wong is to be able to make those adjustments. Was able to snuff out some of those not only wake up DPs, but near the end we saw a lot of wake up level 1 supers, right, to just reversal. And that can be such a tricky and frustrating thing to adjust to. But in a longer
and you know
set,
what? We're probably gonna have to ask Justin concerning that. Coming next, we're gonna have an interview with Justin, but just after a short break. And before we go, I don't know if the match arena is closed, but if it's not, check it out one more time. There might be some codes left. If not, we're Gucci. Thank you everyone for watching. Interview with Justin coming right up.